Make sure this isn't on like your main Twitch account though.
Oh, I don't show my Twitch.
Okay, good.
Yes, I won't. Okay. That's what he said?
You ready?
What'd you say?
No, there you go. Right, okay. Let me just take a look at our DM so I can refresh my memory. I'm pretty tired after work and shit.
Okay.
Okay, so right, let's see. Yeah, no, that was really funny that she was saying about what my mom said though, because I can't remember I don't know what the exact topic was. I think it was just something to do with him saying that that his wife is like ungrateful, that she complains about him going on vacation with all of his friends while she's at home taking care of the kids, and like he does this a lot.
8 times this year apparently, according to him.
Huh?
He said 8 times apparently.
Oh well, no, I said it. He's been on vacation 8 times this year, and I said that at least half of those. Yeah, at least half of those.
Oh, half of those. Okay.
Yes.
He goes on holiday a lot.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he still goes with. Maybe it was. I actually. This is funny because him and his friend are actually going somewhere like this week, or like actually he's already away. I believe he's in I think he's in Ibiza or some shit.
Ibiza?
Yeah.
Ibiza, that's funny. That's the
one. That's I've never heard it be said any other way.
Is it called Ibiza? It might be called Ibiza. Hold on.
Yeah.
Ibiza, by the way. Ibiza? It's a town in Brazil? He went to Brazil? Oh no, I put Ibiza. How do I spell I-B-I-A?
With a Z. With a Z. A Z.
Yeah, Ibiza.
Well, I don't know. I've always heard it said the other way.
Ibiza? I don't know, because Spanish there's this place called I know how to actually say the name. It's called Zaragoza, but you would not be able to Ibiza. Fuck, I put the search. Alright, Google. I put the search. Ibiza. Spanish. Okay. Yeah, we got it.
Ibiza.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's true. Ibiza. Yeah, it's like Zaragoza. It's spelled Zaragoza, but it's Zaragoza. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Ibiza. Oh, I'm going to troll so hard. Oh, because I've only heard Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Ibiza is Ibiza. Oh, that's just my thing.
Oh, they dropped this Viper gameplay trailer.
Already? Okay.
Yeah, well, okay.
I'm gonna watch that in the background while you lay it on me.
I wonder what you think about her design. She's like a fucking superhero, like.
Oh wait, hold on. What did Dr. K upload?
Well, they got
what
subs.
ADHD looks like in real life. Viper.
You can. Whoa.
You don't need to tell me what's happening. I just want to see what's happening for myself. Hold on.
I'm just like mind blown right now.
This was 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Why do I always see this creator character NPC in
Crimson?
I don't know. Yeah.
Stay out of
I don't like their music though.
Yeah, I didn't think you would. I'm not doing it either. She has her old costume in Select as well. I like that old costume.
Yeah, they do that. Oh, she has a universal overhead. That's not
Could you just like give up now? I have other work to do.
That was such a cool mechanic at universal overhead. Wait, she? Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting to be like this.
There's like a crazy combo, like 1 minute 25 or some shit.
I'm not there yet. She actually does look quite similar to SF4. Bum kicks, earthquakes.
Yeah, but I seen something earlier that you can do. You could do like the super jump cancel from Seismo into another one.
Okay.
I'm guessing it's not super jump cancel. Actually, maybe it is. But...
This is a character that obviously needed to come back. I can't believe it took this long. Actually, luckily she should have been base Ross though, I think.
Oh yeah, she is so sick.
I hate to admit, you're not half bad. Even messed up my makeup.
I'll definitely play her or Aki.
Yeah, I'd play Viper. I love Viper.
They went to Ibiza? Wait, why does he go to... So he just goes to party?
I guess.
Is that what he was doing in Amsterdam with you?
Yeah, it was just fucking 2 days straight of doing just party shit, pretty much. Or like at least drinking.
So dead for you then. Unless you were just partying with him.
Well, at that time, because I was still drinking a lot, I was drunk, and when I'm drunk, I'm not me, I'm like a different person, so I didn't give a fuck at the time. But nowadays, I'd never do that shit. I just don't drink anymore.
You're not you? That's really funny. What the fuck? I wonder how you are.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of hard to imagine, but obviously me IRL, like, pretty, social anxiety, like anxiety and shit like
So
that, like
those are
very
inhibitions.
quiet.
That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, like I'll go from being pretty quiet, like I don't really engage in conversation with people that I don't know, to like I just gained like 5 level, like I gained crazy confidence, and I'm like, I can talk to anyone, I can start up a conversation with anyone I want, like it's not even a bother to me. I don't have anxiety, like I don't have like, I'm not thinking about every intricacy of all these little interactions and shit. I can have eye contact, like all of those fucking things.
Really, that's interesting. I can see why you gravitate towards alcohol.
Yeah, like because whenever I was at any social event, like a birthday party or some shit, and there's people that I didn't know, I'd always drink because my confidence was so low that when I drank alcohol, it wasn't low anymore. I could just talk to these people. I didn't feel anxious, so I would drink, but I don't want to drink. Like I just don't fucking drink anymore. And I've been sober for a while now.
Interesting. Why don't you want to drink?
Yeah. But as I said,
it.
like, yeah, I guess like it kind of just it just changes how I act like way too much, and I guess above all else, like alcohol's like pretty horrible for you. And I know I can go without drinking. Like I don't need to drink. When it comes to something like nicotine, it's different because I've been like pretty hooked on nicotine since I was really young, But I didn't start drinking alcohol until I was 18. I mean, I'd had alcohol, but I hadn't like really drank alcohol. It was only when I was 18 when I started drinking a lot. So it's not like it's like an addiction kind of thing. Like I can stay away from it, but if I surround myself around it, then I will most likely drink,
Yeah.
So I tend to not surround myself with alcohol. Okay, let me turn my noise suppression on. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I really don't speak to him much nowadays.
Understandable.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
Wait, so how recently did he tell you that you're just wasting your life playing video games?
This was a week ago
Oh, okay.
because
That's Was that before or after you were telling me about the whole what you call it, where you don't think he values you for who you are or whatever?
Well, I was told that was like a couple days after, probably
Okay, oh, that makes sense.
wasn't long after.
Surprised you were placated so easily. I wouldn't have a really. It's so funny. All right, I mean, I don't know how your dynamic is, but I'd have to see it. But just from everything I heard, this guy seems so toxic in
I'm
terms of
I'll say
hang on.
I'm a pretty like naive person, to be honest. Like I feel like I'm pretty naive, and I I've always noticed with me, and I mean you probably already recognized it already, but even if you didn't, it will make so much sense to you. I feel um it's very easy for me to go from like disliking someone to liking
Wow.
them, right, and the other way around. So yeah, it's just like this. I think it was mainly because like this person has never showed me any validation whatsoever in my life. So I guess kind of finally hearing those words come out of his mouth, like at least the way that I interpreted it, it made it feel like, oh, like he does actually just maybe it is actually like me for me. It's not just like a some unconditional love kind of thing. It's like he actually does value me for who I am. And I guess the second that I heard that, I instantly I instantly took it for like truth, and I wasn't even trying. That wasn't even something I was thinking about. I think I was just so happy to finally feel accepted by someone in my life that's supposed to be my older brother. Um, I got a bit giddy, and I just kind of like
That's so
took
funny.
over.
I'm the what you call it? I'm the hyper rational part of your brain where I'm just going, ah, is that what it is? Yeah,
Got you.
maybe you do want to feel validated in some sort of way because you haven't gotten that, especially in real life, by somebody that, you know, in some ways you probably respect. So it probably feels
Yeah.
really good. But I'm the skeptical part of your brain where I'm going,
Of course. Of course.
is that really the validation that you want? I guess in some ways you want to be validated. Um, that's super understandable because I'm just completely different from you. So I have to I have to keep that in mind when I'm telling you stuff because for me it's I operate with a lot. I'm very validated by what I do and my own personal things, and so I don't care about the validation I get from my parents. Um, that doesn't matter to me. Um, and I'm probably really,
Hmm.
I don't know if I'm like, super different, but I think that's really different. It's probably why I'm so anti hive mind, or I'm really critical of that because I don't operate on the general social validation. Um, I don't operate with needing that as a necessity for my happiness. I'm very happy. My
Yeah.
neutral is super happy, so um, I don't need that, and so I don't care about that validation. I would not talk to somebody like your brother in my position. But when it comes to you, it's completely different because you do value that validation, and it is the case that um, that's your family, and those are going to be the people that are going to back you. And maybe it's not going to be for the things that you want them to back you for. It is just going to be okay. He's my brother. You know, he probably views you as sort of, you know, so well, what the fuck happened? And I think he's even said that you've relayed this back to me, right? So what the fuck happened with my brother? You know, it's kind of a
He said
worldwide
that.
where you know
Said it more than once. Yeah.
he's into the feminine shit. That's just not something that you would want to hear. You don't want to you don't want to you want somebody to back you with all your, you know, weird nuances or whatever. Also,
Yeah.
I think that it come I think you can engage in anything. And it can be healthy. This comes with like alcohol too. You know, if you have one drink, you know, you know, once a year. Um, maybe not getting super fucked up, but you know, being in a, you know, moderately
Mm.
fine environment, it's probably good. I mean, you probably can do it more frequently, but what I'm saying is that you can do most things, right? And I try not to be too judgmental on, you know, on these things, right? But getting that judgment, I mean, you might play video games too much. I don't know what your schedule looks like, so I can't really comment on um, at least recently, I just haven't been talking to you as frequently to know what your schedule is. But yeah, that could be a genuine critique there, where you're playing too much video games, but you have to sort of it's really hard to separate that from, do they just not want me to be playing video games in general, and do they just want me to be this sort of extroverted person that does, you know, the generic things a 20-year-old does in the year 2025, where I go out to parties and I go and drink, and I have, you know, a very masculine disposition where I view women as cattle, to be fucked, and it doesn't matter who I get who I have sex with. If he wants you to be there, and he'd probably be super proud of you, and you could super get along. In terms of find very easy, people, some people just have really intuitive abilities to talk to people.
Yeah.
I sort of have this concept where it's called the nations, where you have different countries, right? And we call them nations, and it's like, oh, you know, when you're in France, you know, everyone kind of speaks French, and so you have to sort of like learn the language, but also there's a slightly different social disposition there, and so you have to figure that out, and you'll be able to, you know, interact. You know, people say, and I think it's kind of true because I have German, like great uncle, I guess. Or my stepdad's uncle, and we climbed the mountain together. And so obviously I'm inquiring on all these questions, and yeah, it's just really funny because apparently Germans are just way more direct. I'm going, oh, those are my people. Maybe I need to move to Germany. These guys are like fucking warriors, you know,
Yeah.
being really direct, because that's not necessarily the case in the UK. And it's funny because just another thing that just super confirmed that, whereas this one Slovakian woman that's friends with my mom, she lives in the UK, but she was just sort of complaining that you just don't hear it how it is. You know, I don't like that. Now I have no idea, because they're not talking about the same. The way I view the UK is, I'm a fucking Discord and meat that, you know, interacts with, you know, most of their friends on Discord. And so, wow, I just have a
Yeah.
really good time talking with people on Discord. And we live in our own nation where me and you can really get along talking. And, you know, I think your brother has never seen you in your environment. You know, for you, it's you're a fucking wet wipe. You don't really understand. You don't understand how the world works. You know, you're sort of clueless. It's because you've never lived in that sort of nation. You're not native to that nation. You've sort of gotten all your knowledge from being on the internet. Now, there's obviously a problem with this, just because there is just a need. You know, at least nowadays. You know, maybe in the future it's going to be different, but we need to operate in the world in real life, in being physical. So it's kind of important. But he's never seen you in your element, and you're probably really competent in your element. I'm actually surprised at the level of competency. You know, the fact that you've gotten multiple girlfriends like really easily, and you find people to talk to really easy. You're just good at that. It's something that you excel in, at least from what I've seen. You seem to be somebody that's really easy to talk to, and it's probably not the case in real life for you, where you don't have that
Right. Yeah.
level of
Yeah.
ability to talk to people. And it's probably because you just meet a particular type of person on Discord that where you probably just think you're meeting general people, but you're actually meeting hyper specific people that are part of your element. You know, most people you can't talk to. When I make gaming references, you know, I was talking to Niraj, and I had no idea he read through Naruto, and just being able to encyclopedically talk about, you know, it's like, oh yeah, Kurenai, you know, when she had to when she become a stay-at-home wife, it's like, Niraj exactly knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain this part. We just both know what we're talking about, this intuitive sense. And I think a lot of people in real life have this intuitive sense of talking to people, where they can use references that they all understand. They can talk in terms they all understand. You're probably really alienated from that. Because sure, I am too. I am super alienated from that. I've had it's not super recently, probably the past month or two. I think I've sort of had a ego death where, wow, I kind of just suck at communicating with people, where I feel so stilted, because, you know, when people will talk about, I don't know if you know, actually I'm pretty sure this has happened to you, because I feel this has happened to everyone, is, oh, have you got a girlfriend? You know, when people ask me, you know, oh, have you got a girlfriend, you just ask me these, you know, how's life going questions, and it's just, that's just not how we communicate on the internet. I don't even know what half of the people I talk to do for anything. It's like, do are they in relationships? I just don't inquire about that unless they bring that
Yeah.
forward to me, and unless it's really super relevant, right? And so I suck at when I'm confronted with those questions. I go, it's just I'm just not enthusiastic to talk about those things, and so I go, yeah, I just do this. I don't. For me, it's sort of a social hint. Hey, I don't care about talking about this. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to talk about goals, and you've probably gotten that too. Where you're talking about, oh, is this goal looking good, or that with your brother, right? And it's just not it's not an intuitive conversation to have. Probably isn't that, because we don't do that. We never did that in zoo, where we sort of lined women up, like we lined pictures of women up on the wall, and then judge them like fucking cattle being sold at an auction for food. We just don't do that.
Yeah,
That's
I
not our
know.
disposition, right? And so you have to talk to the average guy your age, and you just look like a fucking incompetent dweeb noob.
Noob.
And that sucks. That,
Okay here. I was gonna say something like 10 minutes ago,
okay.
and but you were talking. Okay, so this is going hella far back where you were talking about. There is other things I actually want to talk about that you point out that you said, but you said something about I think it's about like the validation thing, about how you don't really need that validation that I was talking about,
Mhm.
and I guess I feel like it's probably not entirely down to this, but I feel like there is a good portion of it that really goes down to the fact that I just don't do very well if like or at least I feel like you do a lot better when you're like alone. Like if you were to isolate yourself
Oh, I do.
from people, yeah, like you do so much better than I would, because I like being alone at
Mhm.
times. Like I really do. I remember there was a time in 2020, it was like 2023. I was playing this one visual novel, and I had just binged it. Like I didn't have a job at the time. Like I just finished college. I didn't have a job. I had nothing kind of going on in my life at the time. I had infinite free time, and I binged the fuck out of this visual novel. I just read the whole thing in a couple of days, and I was very depressed at the time. And what I did is I completely isolated myself from Zoo, from everyone around me, and I felt great. It actually
Mhm.
felt really good to do that, because what I've noticed is, for me, if it's hard to find, I have to choose one side or the other. I can't. There's no middle ground for me. Um, I either need to be very, very, active and like social with my friends, and constantly talking to people, or I need to just completely isolate myself from everyone. It's like it's really hard for me to find the middle ground between having alone time and having social time, because for some reason it's like I just end up getting really, really like infatuated with either side if I do that, you know? And
Okay.
at that point, trying to choose the opposite thing doesn't feel good. So, I guess like what I've been doing is I'll just kind of have periods of, being social, then being to myself, then being social again, and that's what I usually do. Um, there was something else that you were mentioning. Let me fuck. I'm trying to think of what you were saying.
Intuitiveness of conversations. I was mentioning your brother sort of seeing you as a web wipe. He's never seen you in your element, and so
Okay. Yeah, right. Yes, I remember. You were talking about how like how surprised that you are about like some, how well I do in like some specific fields. And this has always been a main thing for me, and I don't have a definitive answer. There's a good amount of answers that I could give to it, but I really don't know. It's hard to pinpoint. I really, really struggle with like common sense. Like just, it's like, oh, like, hey Ben, can you, go in the fridge and grab the butter? So I'll go in the fridge, and it's like, maybe this isn't really common sense per se, but I will not find that butter for the life of me. You can give me an infinite amount of fucking captures. I'm not finding it, right? Um, so I'd have to, get my mom. It's like, hey, I can't see it, and she'll come over and it's like right in my face the whole time. So for a while, I started to believe that maybe that was down to like, hey, like the people around me don't see me as a very like they like a reliable person. You know, they wouldn't rely on me to do most things because they don't think that I'm what, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm capable. So I think what it was is I was thinking that maybe it was because I was so worried about, you know, the people around me, my family, the people that I cared about, not viewing me as a reliable person. I was hyper focusing on being reliable, that's when I'd get anxious and I'd start making mistakes. Um,
I do the same thing. The
uh,
same exact thing happens to me. I've lost my passport twice at the airport. I'm
oh
so
yeah,
panicked.
well,
Yeah. But I
right,
never
right, but
make those mistakes when I'm calm. Yeah, stress is
no,
crazy.
I get you. Yeah, 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 and it's just hard to pinpoint because realistically, it's like you know, you put me in like the right environment, it's like that's not really an issue for me if I'm in the right place. You know, it's like if I need to figure something out and I'm in, you know, my little area, like it's not as big of a deal. Like for example, if like I'm on my computer, maybe I need to figure out how to do something, you know, in a field that I'm obviously capable in, like some game that I'm capable in, or whatever the fuck it may be, or like navigating a website that I know about, then it's like yeah, it's not as hard. Like, but in IRL settings, I really struggle. Like my manager asked me if I was autistic twice,
What the fuck? Wait, why would you ask
right?
that? Now that
Yeah,
I'm offended.
so
Now that I'm offended, what the fuck? It's autistic?
okay. So obviously
Where's the
I'll just
context?
I'll just say it's like I don't know a lot about autism, so I don't know how like valid this is as a as like a as a point here from her. But she said that she thinks I'm autistic because I asked her, I inquired about it because I was really interested, and she said, it's like I was wondering because like you're right, you're actually a pretty smart person. Like you're pretty well spoken, and I guess the way that you talk about things that you seem to know a lot about, like you seem to be really, you know, really smart in general, but you just have no common sense whatsoever. And that's what she told me.
Right.
I don't know how much that links to autism, but
In general, because autistic people tend to be the general disposition, or at least assumed disposition of an autistic person, is that they're savants, and so they're very hyper focused on particular things, and that means that general things they neglect, and so general knowledge of, oh yeah, you know, who the fuck. I had this one friend is like, who the fuck is Rihanna? So, you know, that's the
oh
level
yeah,
of, you know,
that
just
actually happens to
complete
me a
neglect.
lot though.
Oh yeah,
There's
no,
so many things that are
I know
supposed to
who
be common
Hidetaka
knowledge.
Miyazaki. I know who the fuck that
Yeah,
is. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I know what these developers. You know, I don't even fucking remember his name. Uematsu or something. I know all these composers and stuff, but you tell me about general stuff, I don't know. But the thing is, you know, this is general knowledge in our nation. Yeah, that's the thing. In general knowledge in the nation of, you know, Discord gaming is, oh yeah, you know, this is just stuff to know if you're into gaming. But if you're
Yeah.
not, if you're in the nation of, oh wow, I'm in the real world, they don't. Here's the thing, right? It's you're a foreigner in a different country, but nobody treats you as if you're a foreigner. People treat you as if you're a native, and that sucks because when somebody doesn't know something, but they're speaking with a fake accent, and you know they're really trying their best, you go, oh, I leave it, man. You know, yeah, I understand. You know, you're trying your best. I get it. You know, I understand that you don't know who, you know, who you know, the basic people are. I understand that, but they don't treat you like a foreigner. They treat you as if you have intuitive knowledge of all their petty bullshit of, yes, I know who, you know, fucking EastEnders main character is. No, I don't know who EastEnders main character is. I never watched. I know the show. No, okay, maybe I know who Joey Essex is. He came to law school. I
Oh
don't know
yeah, true.
I don't know anyone else from The Only Way is Essex Towie. I don't know anyone. Meeting people,
Right.
man, I'm meeting people in Slovakia that knew what the only way is Essex. Man, that felt dystopian. I can't tell you anything about this, man.
That's
And
true.
I know that's also the worst thing, right? Because now we don't all talk like this, you know. We're talking like we don't talk like that.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
don't speak
yeah.
like that. Most people I know don't speak like that. If you spoke like that, you were made fun of. That's how uncommon it is. Nobody speaks like that. Or at least
I,
I live in Central, but yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have
Uh,
the intuitive knowledge of, you know, whatever most people know about, I don't know about Love Island. I don't know what the fuck that is.
yeah,
Actually, I
yeah.
don't want
Well,
to know, quite
yeah. Oh yeah.
frankly.
You know, you don't. But another thing is, my mom told me about this. I know I've mentioned it to you before, but I'll mention it because this is like something else that I was thinking that it just may have been. But what you were saying there you presented a good point. That maybe maybe these things are just alien to me because I've spent so much time in a different nation that it's almost as if I've immigrated to this other country, the country of the real world, and it's so foreign to me that I don't understand the things that most people understand because I haven't been there before. But obviously, like I've mentioned it when I was born, they told my parents, the doctor told my parents that I was born with that with a syndrome with my chromosomes, and I did a bit of research on it, and obviously I know it affects like developmental skills. So I was wondering if it could have been something like that. Maybe I'm a bit less developed than most people or something, but I really don't know. But I remember after doing research, like people said that yeah, like this is a thing. Like people that had it said that had experiences with that, and they still do. So I really don't know, but I do get really anxious when I feel like I'm being relied on, and I always ask the most ridiculous questions, and sometimes they just don't. Like in the moment, they seem like valid questions, but once I think back to them and they got pointed out to me as stupid, I'm like, wait, that
Wait,
was
what?
really
Give me an
fucking
example.
stupid. Let me think, because my manager always points them out. So let's see if I can think of
Yeah,
anything.
beefing the manager, big ups. I've beef. I have beef with your manager now. Fuck. She called it stupid.
I can only think of one, but it's really not a great example.
Lay on me.
It's more of me just being like silly, like me being like.
Go on.
But at one time, I got the one of my first night shifts, so obviously it's like a little bit more valid. Obviously, I'd never mopped before. I'd done it like a couple times,
Yeah, I
previous
guess it.
job. But yeah, I was mopping the floor, and we have like this ice cream freezer,
Yeah, I got
and
you.
I got the mop stuck underneath it. So I called my manager about it. I'm like, hey, what do I do? It's stuck under the thing. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And she's like, just pull it out. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, I'll try. Right? Like I didn't think I didn't know what to do. I panicked,
Yeah, I feel
And she's
that.
like, um, I'm just trying to think of more examples. But I'm not sure I can. But I definitely know that there's things that I fall back on, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did I ask that? Um,
Yeah, I ask the question like that sometimes. If I don't know what I'm doing, if it's something that I'm
it happens
unfamiliar with,
constantly at
because I don't
work.
want to fuck up, I don't want to break something, so I'll ask the simplest questions. I know I'm asking a question that you probably think is really stupid, but it's in the rare case that I bet I might actually be fucking something up. But I don't want to actually, yeah, I don't want to be in a situation where I end up fucking something up because I've been in that situation where I assume that I'm
Yeah.
doing the right thing, and it's like no, you actually have to do this secret ancient Chinese technique that you learn in like the southern Chinese mountains. What? Why would I ever intuit that? Of course, I'm gonna ask the basic question of I don't want to break this. So
Yeah.
to learn, you have to ask stupid questions. I am the person that asks a million questions, so I ask the question about everything, and that always at least for me, and when I say ask questions, I also just mean that about anything. If I'm doing something alone and I'm going, okay, how does this work? I'm probably gonna ask a million questions that because I want to make sure that it actually works, that I'm understanding something correctly. And so I will ask a million questions
It makes sense.
to get a full understanding of something. It's just how my brain works. And when you're unfamiliar with something and you don't want to fuck something up, you are going to ask questions that may seem really intuitive to someone that may not to you, just because you're not in that element, and you just have to ask those questions. And yeah, that's gonna hurt your competency. If you care about the validation of seeming as a competent person, you're not gonna seem as a competent person. But that's just something that you're gonna have to build up over time. You're probably not competent in some ways. You're probably not competent in their field. And the thing is, And what sucks is that it'll probably take them a long time to realize that you're you know, competent in your own field. You know, the fact that your manager was able to suss that out, you know, that must be a good feeling. And yeah, I'm not completely fucking incompetent. You know, I actually am good, because, you know, I have that relationship with my uncle where he thinks I'm a fucking idiot, and I'm just going, yeah, man, okay, okay. And that's frustrating. Yeah, it's just one of those things where if someone doesn't view you as competent and valuable, I mean, I don't know how your brother views you, if he completely views you as a web pipe, or if he actually acknowledges that, oh, Ben, you actually have some pretty good. You're pretty smart. I didn't expect that from you. What was that word you used there? I didn't even understand half the words in that sentence. Was that a semicolon you sent me? What the fuck is that? I've never even seen that. Is that just a colon or something? I don't know what the fuck that is. Ben, what the fuck are you doing?
Have I got some dust on my phone screen? What's going on?
What the fuck is that? Why is there a comma under a full stop? What the fuck is happening? So, you know, and has your brother valued you, I've seen, you know, a glimpse of, you know, your you know, who you are more on the internet in a realm that you have a higher capacity.
Sorry, wait, did you say has he?
Yeah. Has he sort of seen you more for, you know, how you appear on the internet, where you are more of a capable person, rather than, you know, you sort of just being seen as like a wet that, you know, plays video games versus time.
The only time is been when I've showed him music I've made and talked about music production, or when I helped him out Fightcade, maybe.
Big ups.
Shit like that. I don't know. I'm not sure about anything else, because for like a long time now, I kind of just gave up on wanting him to check out what I was into, because it was just like, I just stopped caring. It's just like, why should I?
That's my relationship with my mom, where, yeah, well, it's definitely not like the relationship with your brother, but in terms of the not engaging part, yeah, that's totally the same. Where my mom just does not at all respect any of the domains that I exist in and that I super care about, and so
yeah.
I don't care. But the thing is, I'm very antagonistic, where I go, yeah, you just never engage with what I care about. I don't care. I once I made her cry. It's just,
really?
where I should, yeah, saying I don't want to hang out with you. You don't care about anything that I like to do. And then she goes, yeah, but I like cooking. So what the fuck? What sort of engagement do we have with cooking together? You know, that's not that's you know, a second, third layer of the onion. Sorry, this is a very like first layer of the onion sort of interest. You know, that's not a deep, passionate thing that I'm spending my whole life doing. You know, that's not, you know, with particular games that I play. That's not you can't say that. And you with cycling, as you were saying, yeah, but I use my bike too. Yeah, you go Mickey Mouse speed, and I go like a fucking Ferrari. Don't be comparing us as if we have the same relationship. To me, it's me getting pissed at her for her going so slow. There is nothing for us. There is no fruitful conversation for us to have, unless we're arguing, because that's the only way that I have fun engaging with you. That's actually the only way I engage with my mom, which is to start an argument. Say to start an argument, it's more me inquiring on a particular thing, and then she gets really defensive and argumentative about it.
Yeah. I remember when I overheard that one, like, kind of debate you two had about something. Was it about your little sister? It was about your little sister or something. Regarding what she was watching on her iPad, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Right.
Oh, I've been debating her about, she bought some hairdresser over to get her hair done.
Okay.
And I was saying, why the fuck are you dyeing your hair? That's fucking embarrassing. You haven't you haven't gone through individuation at age 48. What the fuck is happening while we dyeing our hair at age 48? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That should be. I don't know how you view things like this, but for me, I just see this as, you know, if you dye your hair pink, blue, and yellow, and you look like a crazy anime character, okay, why would I care? I wouldn't even question. I'm going, wow, that's good for you. You're expressing yourself. I wonder what the fuck is happening there. Menopause really hitting you hard or something. I don't know what the fuck is happening. But you know what? I wouldn't go, why the fuck are you doing that? Not really asking questions. I'm going, that's cool. That's cool for you. The fact that you're dyeing your hair a color that your sort of OG customized character's hair, but because you have gray hair, to me that is peak. That's peak. That's you're still stuck. That's like me going, oh, I can't wear a Pokemon bag because, so what? Am I still stuck in secondary school where I'm embarrassed about what people think about me wearing a fucking Pokemon bag? Or what the fuck? I'm rocking Peppa Pig on my back. So I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I still stuck in the high school mindset. To me, that is a terrible, thing. And some people really do get. I still have trauma from secondary school in terms of. And I recognize it as such. I recognize it as this is just something that I've retained from a part of my life where I've had my value sort of being shut down by a bunch of fucking insecure or just people that wanted me to adhere to a particular way of looking, and also some of the things I was saying were true. And I think everyone carries a lot of that trauma. Certainly more so than others. I think you, and just hearing of what you have told me, seems that there is a lot of, you're breaking out, you recognize it for what it is, and, you're trying to break out of that shell, you going to your brother saying, I want to paint my nails, that's big respect, breaking out of that, how people judge you in secondary school, so it's all peak stupidity, and you realize that it's peak stupidity, and you're just adhering to sort of the worst aspects of humanity. And seeing my mom dye her hair, this is everything that I see. You're adhering to sort of conventional beauty standards of, I can't, because my stepdad doesn't do it. He just has gray hair, but he's not under the same social pressures of, needing to look young, because all we do is just compliment women for looking a particular way, which is young. And we don't compliment, you don't have older women that are, seen as beautiful in the same way. And because we how, I don't know if you've noticed this, right, but you notice how, you'd say to your mom, oh, you're really nice, you're really beautiful. But you never say that to your dad. You wouldn't go, all right, big up Stave, that's my stepdad, by the way. Big up Stave, oh, fuck, you're fucking dashing, bruv. Like, man, when you go for the carvery, your lasses are gonna be on your lap. You see, you should never say that. I'd never say, okay, maybe you would say that, but it's in a really sort of jovial, I'm fucking around sort of way. But I wouldn't say, oh, fuck, man, you're fucking dashing today, handsome. I just wouldn't say that. Nowhere near as often, right? Nowhere near as often, because you just don't see men like that. You don't. They're just not under that same social pressure. So I understand why she's doing it, right? I super empathize with that. When you see Hollywood women now looking like a fucking mask from Purge because they've taken so much Botox because I need to look young, otherwise I'm not going to get any more gigs and jobs. I understand that. I understand where the social pressures lie. I super understand that. But to adhere to that means that you are sacrificing your personal integrity to social pressure when it comes to presentation. And in some ways I think it's prudent to do that. So I don't do this. I'm walking around fucking baggies, holes everywhere. You can't be looking like me, where I just fucking walk around with, maybe not baggy. I'm walking around my sports Nike joggers with fucking holes in it. So that's me. Like, I don't care. I'm super. I don't care. But if I'm going to some restaurant, right, I'm not walking around. I've got some propriety about me. I have some etiquette about me. So it's the case that dyeing her hair, to me, is she is sacrificing the way she presents herself to adhere to what society wants her to look like. And you know what she tells me? Now, this is my general critique of her. and she goes, "Oh, it's just my choice." And you know, it just makes me want to kill myself. It's just your choice. Because I'm like an outside party. I'm looking at the nation of, you know, regular women in the UK or regular women in the Western world, right? And it's and when people say choice, right? Because I'm not a free willer. I don't believe in that. So for me, it's I'm simply being observant of how people act. And you notice that in every society, you know, you look at, you know, women in Islamic cultures and you go, oh, fuck, you know, they're wearing hijabs, they're not free, they can't present themselves the way they are. But the thing is, if you ask these women, I mean, a lot of the women will just be like, fuck, no. But a lot of these people have been indoctrinated into the way of thinking of, you know, it's sort of like with nipples, right, where, this was actually what traumatized me as a kid, right? This is a childhood trauma that I have. But you know, for men, you just have your nipples out and you're fine, completely fine. But for a woman, right, it's completely embarrassing. That shit is fucking troll. Your parents actually troll that into you. I remember it was my mom's boyfriend at the time when I was 5. I called her my sister at the time. It was her boyfriend's daughter. And we were mimicking a bunch of Olympic sprinters on the TV, right? Okay. And then she had her shirt off, you know, nipples out, and I had my nipples out, right? And there was some recognition that where I'm going, okay, yeah, women, I'm sort of analyzing society. You don't see women with their nipples out, but men do. So it's like, oh, okay, but I'm not gonna comment on that because who the fuck cares? It actually doesn't matter. The fact that I was thinking that at like age 6 or something, I don't know if I was 5, maybe 6 or something. The fact that I recognize that is actually kind of crazy. But when she started commenting on that, where she was telling to her boyfriend, you know, oh, she needs to cover up. To me, that set me off. To me, I was really pissed. Because that's just so bullshit, right? Well, why the fuck does she need to cover up when I've got my fucking nipples out? You know, it's shamed into you as a kid. Hey, do this, right? And that's what happens in these Islamic societies where, okay, well, I'm gonna lose contact with my family if I don't, you know, adhere to this standard. You know, it's sort of this, and you can relate it to your brother, right? Where you will lose this sort of social aspect where you can't really communicate with your family in the same way if you cut out, you know, the toxicity, which is your brother. It's sort of just, you know, mugging you off in really subtle ways. And I'll go and talk about that later on why I think it's so cruel and evil. But you can see how things are shamed into you, and then you sort of adhere to that shame. You sort of see yourself and you think, oh, I'm just viewing myself from my own standards. But a lot of people, like, where do your standards come from? Are you fucking born with them innately? Like, no. Of course you're not born with these innately. These are sort of shamed into you as a kid, or drilled into you, or you observe the world and you sort of go, okay, people are doing things like this. And I see this with my sister all the time, right? Because I'll always start going, oh, she has these like plates, right? It is like Mickey Mouse plates, and she says, "Oh, I'm not using that. That's for babies." I'm going, "What the fuck is wrong with that?" And of course, I don't use it in such strong language, but I make her really. I stump her for words because, of course, she can't out rhetoric a fucking adult. But I'm getting her to think, wait, why does that matter? Why the fuck does that matter? Because it doesn't matter. It's for baby. It's a fucking plate. So I use the plate to show this shit doesn't matter. This is completely irrelevant to, you know, you shouldn't let your identity be, what you call it? You shouldn't be dictated by, you know, what's considered for babies or not. You should be, if you enjoy doing something, you should never kill that part of yourself. Absolutely not. And that's shamed into us, and we forget where it comes from. And so when my mom says it's a choice, that's a fucking disrespectful thing. That's one of the most, it sends me off because I have so many thoughts on it, and it just sends me off. I'm going, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'll say it like this, right? I like history, and I look at different societies, and I see how in different societies, right? I've talked about Islamic societies, right? And this is just things that happen in present time. But if we go into history, in different points of history, people sort of homogenize on different ways of looking and presenting. But why the fuck do you think that is? Because it's socially acceptable to do that, and you're socially rewarded for presenting a certain way. For me, you talking shit about gay people, when one of the first times I met you, I don't know, I was like hitting the fast box on Doris. I remember doing that at the time. And for me, it's you know, you being gay, to me, that's not really that big of a surprise. Now knowing, you know, the environment that you grew up in, so, oh, okay. I totally understand why you would feel the need to sort of be really ignorant and sort of say that, you know, aloud without, you know, without exploring, you know, your feelings as to, you know, do I feel this way? Am I like this? And now that you were in an environment that you were allowed to, you actually got to be unshackled from bullshit. And so she is shackles to bullshit. You know, she's homogenizing on a particular way of looking, and she says it's a choice, but she doesn't realize, wait, you do realize that all women your age, I say all women, but it's a plethora of women her age that are doing this one thing, and she doesn't go, hey, why is everyone else doing this? Is there something else happening here that's guiding our choices? Is that something that it's not really a choice, but I'm actually playing on the fucking, I'm a fucking marionette that's, you know, under a bunch of fucking, attached to a bunch of different strings, and I'm being played by, you know, fucking L'Oreal and the other, you know, hair dyeing companies, or, you know, just the social strings of, you know, society. You know, she doesn't realize that, and the fact that she can't even have that conversation where we don't even get to the point where I told you about all this shit, right? She's just going, it's just choices and we make choices. You know, this is the most, you see how, to me, I just go off. That snaps me, that breaks me, because it's the worst way to think about things. So that's the only way I relate to my mom, which is me arguing with her, but she's not even that stimulating to have a, she's sort of interesting as in, wow, you're just not a thoughtful person. And I don't want to shit on my mom in terms of, wow, you know, she's super stupid, but in the sense of that, I really value conscientious people, where you are very thoughtful of particular things, and you consider a lot of different things. And when I encounter my mom, she's just a complete opposite. She isn't this, you know, really well thought out person that, you know, can articulate herself, you know, as well as me. It sucks because English is her second language, though I think that's an excuse, because if you spoke to her, you'll go, oh, she just has a little bit of accent, but she doesn't say anything wrong, really, like, ever. You know, she speaks perfect English. It super sucks to just be around her, and so I sort of, I have a relationship with this person. She takes care of me, and I super appreciate that, and she took care of me, and so I sort of have a relationship like that with her, where I understand that this is coming from a, hey, you took care of me, and I really appreciate that sort of angle, but it isn't the, oh, I really love you and I feel really comfortable around you to sort of, you know, let my inner thoughts and, you know, turmoil, you know, out at you and, you know, ask you for advice, because I'll never turn to my mom like that. And I sort of, you know, I make her know that, and that makes her really upset, because she wants to be this person, but then she never makes an effort to do this. And you notice that in the, you know, the one talk you overheard me when I had with her, I don't know if you got to that point, but what I told her, right, was, you disagree with shorts, and so does the stepdad, or my stepdad, and yet you do nothing about it. You do nothing about it. You're not going to do anything about it. I told her that. I said, you are not going to do anything about it. You are going to complain here and sit and tell me that shorts are really bad, and that you think that my sister, she shouldn't be watching shorts, but you are going to do nothing about it. Guess what? Absolutely nothing has been done. She's still watching shorts, these mindless shorts, and I'm just sitting there watching her watch shorts, and I'm going, I'm about to lose my fucking mind. This is fucking crazy, because this is, I started watching YouTube, and the best thing about YouTube is it wasn't super crazy back then in 2008 or whatever. It just really wasn't like that. Super corporatized and super, it's not really, YouTube is not really that corporatized, but there is sort of, you know, like YouTube for kids, where, you know, you'll basically have these sort of companies making really kid-friendly videos. I'm glad nothing like that existed. For me, so I'm watching Yolty Slayer talking about his fucking, talking about, you know, his sex life, and I have a super conservative parent that doesn't want me to know anything about sex, to the point where she's covering my eyes every time a kissing scene happens. Yes, this actually happened, right? So to me, it's, oh, YouTube is fucking great. I get to know about all this shit, and fuck, I don't even want to get into all. I think there's so much trauma. I don't even know if I want to call it trauma, but there is so much deep down animosity I have to my mom that I never let out, based on just how she raised me as a kid.
Makes a lot of sense to me. The way that I see it is it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's honestly really valid. But I agree with you on all of these things. I just feel like it's a lot stronger for you than it is for me.
Mhm.
But maybe that's just because you don't spend as much time. Because it's like, I mean, I can only assume, but if I were to assume, I'd assume that these things that we're talking about these things in society that are kind of seen as normal, at least in societies that we live in,
Mhm.
wearing tracksuits, and over here everyone's really conservative. Well, I don't even know if that's the right term, but at least I'm
Yeah, I
saying
know
it's
what you're
like,
talking about.
yeah. So I'm more around it, so it's as if I'm just more used to it. But I feel like if I was in a position where I took myself out of this environment a lot more, because I'm working 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and I'm working 8-hour shifts, so it's like I have to deal with these people every single fucking day. I have to watch these crackheads and these alcoholics come to me for alcohol and all this shit, or just people that are my age, and I am constantly just looking down upon them. It's just like I have never seen these people not wear tracksuits. Not seen them wear tracksuits. Not seen them wear their
Sunday best.
TNs and shit. Right. It's just like there's no Schlesinger, there's no Lonsdale, none of that. It's just like it's the same shit every single time, man. Like, for example, I'm finishing my shift. I got 20 minutes left of my shift, and because I need to, cash up my till, my register. I I have it all counted up, and once it's all counted up, and I'm ready to do that final drop of money, so the float is at £100. I don't like taking any cash because it just confuses me. Like it really confuses me, and it makes me fuck up when I do my drop and I miscount and stuff. So I don't like taking any cash. I'll only really take card, and because any excuse that I have to keep that fucking door locked, I will take. So hey, I got 10 minutes till I leave. I'm having that fucking door locked and all the lights are off because people are gonna think, oh, it's closed. It's closed, the lights are off, I'm just gonna not go. Right? I'm like that because I don't like dealing with customers. And this guy comes to the he walks past the window, he looks at me, and I'm pointing at the window, trying to signal to him, yo, like, come over here, the door's locked. He ignores me, walks to the door. Lo and behold, the door's fucking locked because I've just pointed to the fucking window. And this is the same guy that he comes here every single night, and every single night he comes, he always buys fuel. You know what he does? He's on the phone every single time. He doesn't speak a fucking word to you. He won't even look at you, right? And when he's put his fuel in his car, he'll walk up to the window, he'll put a £20 note or however much in the chute, in the little chute, the window, and he'll fucking walk off without saying a word. And that shit pisses me off all the fucking time. Because I've had an incident where, because he never told me what pump he was on, and it was very busy, I was just trying to get it out of the way. Because someone was trying to put, like, fuel on that pump, or someone was waiting for him to move. So I'm just fucking, I take the money, and I select the pump that I thought he was on, but it wasn't actually his, because he never fucking told me which one he was on. Which meant that I had to try and sort out this whole ordeal with another person where he's paid for this guy's fuel, and then that guy's fucked off.
Yeah.
So it's just like, that's why you try and fucking communicate. That's why you communicate, because shit like that happens. And it's just like, I just find it to be like kind of like disrespectful the way that like I'm serving you, I'm here like, I'm here this fucking dog shit job that I fucking hate, and I'm serving you and I'm showing you with respect. I'm saying, hey man, I'm not a big guy for small talk, especially because I'm just not good at it. Like anxious, like it makes me really anxious having small talk with people I don't know. But, I still do my best. One, because I need to provide customer service, because that's my job. And two, because, hey, it's like, I don't mind having a fucking conversation with someone, a little conversation. So it's like, I'm trying to talk to you. This guy will just fucking ignore me. He won't say a fucking word, and he'll just, he's there so he can get his shit and he can just fuck off. He won't even say hi, he didn't say goodbye, he didn't say thank you.
That's the best.
But that shit pisses me off. When I put the effort in and someone just completely ignores me, it's like, oh my god, like that shit puts me in a pretty bad mood. And it's not hard to put put me in a good mood. It's not hard to put me in a bad mood. So yeah, this guy's always just fucking being like that. He's always on the phone as well. He's always on the phone just talk to someone when I'm trying to talk to him, trying to ask him what pump he's on, or whatever the fuck, trying to read out how much it is. It's like, but yeah, I went on a rant, but anyways, this guy's always wearing a tracksuit. He wears a fucking tracksuit, like he wears a tracksuit every single time, and all of these people my age, I mean, sure, I've seen obviously people that are my age that have just been wearing different attire, you know, they're not wearing tracksuits or even sportswear, but the majority of people my age, or even the fucking people that come to this place, they're always wearing the same shit. They always got the same types of trainers on, you know, they always got the same type of tracksuit on, Nike tracksuit and shit like that. I saw some guy walking the fucking into the petrol station with his mum. He's wearing like some Canada Goose. He had a hat on, he had his hood up, he had a fucking man bag on, and some TNs on. The guy looked like he was about to fucking rob me, and his mum's just there like, oh yeah, this is acceptable for my child to be walking around like this, you know, looking like a fucking road man. It's like, it's all good. And in my mind, I'm like, the second I walked in, it's like, wait, there's no way that's his mum. Like, this must be a coincidence. He's just walking behind someone else, and he's about to try and steal something. So I'm watching on the camera, and he started talking to his mum. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Like, are you not like inquiring about it? It's like, man, take your fucking hood down. You're in like a store. Like, you look really suspicious right now. It's just so annoying. I fucking hate it.
I can't do that much.
I do. I really do. And it's probably just because maybe it's different where you live, but where I fucking live, you get made fun of in school for wearing, even in college, it happened to me. Oh, yo, why are you not wearing, what are those socks? Why aren't those branded socks that this happened to me, by the way.
What?
Why aren't these yes, I've actually told you the story before. I'm wearing shorts in the summer when I was in college, and this kid that I also went to high school with is like, yo, what socks are those? I'm like, I don't know. They're just socks. I don't know. And they're like, why? Like, why aren't you wearing like Nike or something or Adidas?
What the fuck?
And I'm like, because
I'm not, man. Because I'm not.
Sucks.
It's a fucking sock, man.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck cares? It's like half the time you're not gonna see it unless I'm wearing shorts. Man, I fucking wear odd socks. I wear odd socks every fucking day. Because who the fuck cares? If it's gonna keep my feet warm and make sure that they feel comfortable in my shoes, I'm gonna fucking put them on.
That psychologically damaged you for a week at least.
Oh, well, of course. Because all of this shit I had to grow up dealing with. And it put me in the mindset that I can't wear what I want to wear. Because if I wear it, I'm gonna get made fun of. And I was always really insecure. So, you know, I went to school and I was, you know, it's like an whatever it was, non-uniform day, and I'm not wearing, you know, what they deem acceptable in their society. So then they're trying to shit talk me for it. It's like, who the fuck cares? Like, what the fuck? Jesus, like, dude, like, you're fucking retarded. Big ups my fucking my brother's wife, because she was telling me last week, and she's telling me about, you know, she went, you know, thrift shopping at the what's it called? The charity shop. I'm like, good for you, like that shit's cool. Like, you know, fuck that. I'm happy that like she did that. She's not giving a fuck that it's a charity shop, because that was an insult back when I was in school. It's like, oh yeah, you know, your mum buys your shoes from the charity shop, shit like that. Like that was an insult back then, and it's like, it's retarded, you know, because she'd be buying stuff
nowadays, at least in women's circles, by the way. You big her up for something that's actually fashionable now, to go to a charity shop, by the way, if you didn't know that.
You're being sarcastic, right?
No, that's a thing. Thrift shopping for women is like a crack den for a crackhead.
It was like she was buying stuff for her daughters and her son. I'm like, that's really cool. Like,
wait, who's it?
My brother's wife, my sister.
Okay. Yeah, he bigs her up. Bigs up charity shop though. No, it's funny because I don't know if you don't know, but going thrift shopping is a big thing with.
I didn't know this.
That's what I'm saying. You just don't live in the same nation as women. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing for women. Sometimes it's environmental. Other times it's sort of. I mean, a lot of the times it's environmental, but it's like fashion.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to cut you off.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I really wanted to say something. Like, once I started seeing shit on social media about Americans that like, where like wearing a white top that's blank, that's non-branded, was just a normal thing, and was fashionable, I was like, what? Like, that's insane. because I'm
Really?
used to it. Yes, I'm used to it because it's like you wear non-branded clothes, you're getting fucking bullied for it. You're getting picked on. That's how it works where I fucking
Crazy.
live, and it
That's-
still works like that. You know,
What the fuck?
it never changed. Yeah, no, it never changed because it's just not fashionable in their eyes. So to see people wear to have, you know, they just wear jeans and a top that has no non-branded. It's like that's so fucking sick. It's like that's so cool, bro. That people can just wear shit like that. You know, it's like
So your brother
that's
mums you
crazy.
off. Is that what?
I don't think. I don't think
what
my
the-
brother would do that. I'm talking about school, like when I growing up in school, like
There's no
through-
way people are still in school mentality. What the fuck? If you go to a university, you realize
maybe
people
not
just
there,
wear
I mean-
different- people just wear clothes. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like,
actually,
yeah,
if you
but-
showed up in a tracksuit, you get.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's way more it's more sophisticated, obviously.
Universities are not that sophisticated, but I get what you mean.
I'd assume they would be.
I mean, yeah, if you're hanging around with a bunch of Zacks, Codys, you're probably not getting. Probably not getting. What'd you call it? High sophistication. I don't know, because I don't live where you are. I'm sort of suspicious that, oh yeah, everyone is just super fashion, because I know that, because I've been to school before. I know that, yeah, people are super fashion conscious, but you know, once you get out of school, people just sort of lose that. Sort of just dies down. People kind of realize how sort of a lot of that was just fitting in and then spending money, your parents' money to fit in. We just realize that's really sad. And
Well,
if
do you
go
remember
to
that?
university- yeah, go on.
Remember that Charlie got like that IRL friend I said I was hanging out with a good while ago called Charlie.
Yeah. The one that
I remember.
listened to music, smoked weed. That one.
Yeah. I remember like being in the car with him. You know, we're just driving around. We're not even smoking. We're just driving around, listening to music, having a good time. You know, it's nighttime, and oh shit! Wait, sorry. I left my key in the door. My mum just got home. I gotta go take the key out of the door because she can't open it. One sec.
Getting very upset. Cambridge 1 week ago. So many laws on my phone on today. Weak in character. Oops. Management. Anyway. Oh,
Yeah, I'm here.
here you go.
I'm trying to think about what I was talking about before I left.
Clothing.
I knew it was that, but I can't remember the exact thing I was trying to thought, but yeah, like, I don't know, that shit's just really lame. And just seeing how in America it's not even a big deal to most people, it's like, what the fuck, that's kind of crazy.
I don't know, you should just actually go and talk to Americans, because
Well, I know that,
I've
like,
never lived there.
I know that,
That's
like,
just not what I've heard, because Calvin would talk about this profusely.
really.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's just the people that I know, because at the end of the day, it's like, Galactic just wears random shit and doesn't care, but he's also like, he doesn't have IRL friends, like he got kicked out of high school, like this guy's not someone that is gonna be like a good source for shit like that. Tricky's, I haven't really asked him too much about it. I don't even really know what type of shit he wears, but I know that he's into like, you know, trainers, like sneakers or whatever and shit like that, so I can assume that he'd be into fashion, I guess. And I don't know shit about how he is with a phone, so
Yeah, you just sort of just made it up. This is what America, you can do whatever you want. What the fuck are you watching?
but I didn't say it like that, but I'm just saying it's like
That is it. But
when I see people like
who?
fashion stuff on like on the internet about like people that live in America, it's just so much
Fashion stuff by who?
different. I mean, I see this. There was like this trend thing where people would be like, they'd show, you know, their fit, and it'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm wearing like this, like.
Ooh. Were they in the school?
Well, yeah, like there'd be people going to school, but there'd also just be people that weren't in school.
So
It's
they're
like a whole-
asking a bunch of kids, hey, what's your fit?
No, that's not what I said. They would be like, okay, maybe I worded wrong, like poorly. They'd be like, right, so they'd record a video, right, and it's like, this is what I'm gonna wear today, and they'd show what they're gonna wear. They show their outfit, and they'd be like, oh yeah, like this is this, I got this from here, this is this, you know what I mean? They'd go through their outfit and they'd show you what they're gonna wear.
Yeah, these school kids.
No, well, no,
That's what I'm saying.
it wouldn't always be like that. I mean, it would be like, you know, like maybe people in like the early 20s. It's like, sure, like I got like teenagers too, but usually those
It's super
teenagers.
different. Early 20s is super different from being in school.
Yeah, I guess. Like, but even looking at like, even looking at like, this is stupid. It's kind of like not really the direction I was going. It's kind of like, it's on topic, but they fucking like gang members. It's like if you look at the UK, it's night tracksuits. It's just night tracksuits. That's it. Just night tracksuits. But in America, it's not really so much like that. If you look at like the East Coast, it's like a lot of the time they're wearing like jeans, like skinny jeans or something, and then just whatever the fuck shirt, like, you know, some random shirt, and that's about it. Maybe a hat. And same on like the West
know
Coast.
what?
It's like,
I've made that same comparison to Tricky's, and I was saying UK gang members just look more intimidating to me. They're like all balaclavaed up with, you know, like full on like Nike tracksuits. For me, I just considered that just wearing Nike tracksuits and you got your own face mask on. To me, that just seems really. Maybe because because I've seen it and it's in my country.
yeah.
It's okay. That's just, you know, that's just more of an apparent thing to me. But when I see an American sort of, you know, some guy in jeans, to me that's to me is, you're not even really like, who the fuck are you're just some random guy. They look like just random NPCs. Oh wait, what the fuck? You're actually a boss character. I just didn't realize that. It's really funny different. But the thing is, one has a gun and one has a fucking like little dagger. It's a completely different.
But there's a dagger,
So one
yeah.
looks way more intimidating, but one's gonna pull out some fucking revolver on you.
Yeah, look at this! Look at this!
Let me see.
That's like a New York, like an East Coast fucking rapper. Maybe he's also a gang member.
It always looks super materialistic in America, but just in a different sense.
Yeah.
In the UK, the gang members just look like, you know, like what a gypsy thinks, you know, good fashion looks like, where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get the normal Nike stuff, but just the expensive version of the normal Nike stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna put a diamond on everything, so I'm just gonna get a diamond grill, I'm gonna get a diamond watch, I'm gonna get a diamond chain. It looks incredibly gaudy. Honestly, sometimes they look kind of feminine. In this picture especially, they're kind of feminine. It's way more of what I would expect a woman to wear. The jackets, the colors.
Right. Fair enough. In the UK, they just wear black. Maybe a bit of grey.
Black,
Maybe
yeah.
a bit of
It's
grey and
cool.
black. That's
Grey,
it.
yeah, grey. Yeah, they wear
Yeah, they
grey.
love their just grey and black.
Yeah, it's so
That's it.
dull. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure like part of it, if you're a gang member, you know, you'd want to be like more vigilant, for example. But
Vigilant what?
if you're wearing black, it's like a darker color. I don't know if it's like nighttime and it's dark. If you're wearing red, you're sticking out. Like,
It's in camouflage. Yeah, you really
Yeah, you're-
thinking
you-
that
it's camouflage.
tactically. I love that.
well, definitely not. Definitely not.
Dude,
But
the fuck? Like, yeah, I'll
but,
wear black because
but still, that's definitely not just like the reason. It's just like for some reason everyone just loves black. I mean, I like black. I like it's a nice color, but yeah, I'd rather wear purple.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, I have. Yeah, like
yeah, Robert's never complimented you on anything but one time. In ways that you value.
Not that I can think of at least. And I feel like that's the type of thing that would have stuck with me. You know, I would have really stuck with me. I can't think of shit.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
You should definitely find your own people, honestly. I'm super a person that's about found family, so I don't.
That's kind of just like zoo to me, to be honest. Like
What'd you say?
these people take. That's just kind of like zoo to me, because these people are taking care of me a lot better than anyone else otherwise.
True. Yeah.
But like, Galactic taught me how to shave. I was never taught how to shave. My father never taught me how to shave. My brother never taught me how to shave.
Yeah, I was never taught to shave. I just put a razor to my neck. Just fucking went up and down.
But I mean, I was watching these YouTube videos. I actually was like looking up YouTube videos on like how to do it, and it was by these people that would try and guide others that didn't really have a father figure in their life. And obviously, you know, my dad was in my life, you know, for most of my life until I was 18. But still, like, if he was still here, then he would have been here to teach me. Now, when I need him, but he's not here, so I needed that father figure. Like, I asked my brother, and he just said, he just didn't.
Yeah, yourself.
Yeah, it was basically something like that. He just didn't fucking give a fuck. He just thought that me having a full beard looked good, even though I looked like a fucking like bum. Like, I hated it. I didn't like it. I was like, fuck this. I look like a fucking retard.
That's so funny.
I've been growing facial hair since I was 13.
You're right. I didn't until I was 19. After I left college. So yeah, it's completely different.
I'll have a full beard within about 4 to 5 days of not shaving.
What?
Yes, yeah.
And I can go weeks without shaving. I just have like tiny hairs.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I wish that I was like that. Because I don't like having any facial hair. Like, not even any at all. To be honest.
Oh, okay. I just rock. I just have chin hair. I keep the stash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually that's the only place where hair actually grows. And
What about pubic hair?
yeah,
When did you start? Yeah, when did you start growing?
I don't know. I wasn't part of the nation of
Right.
giving a fuck about when pubic hair grows, so I have no idea.
Well, just what if you could remember. I don't know, I'm guessing mine was just around the time that I started doing facial hair. I remember what happened. I feel like maybe I've told you this story. Like, it was back after quarantine in, you know, early 2021 or whatever it was, and I went back to high school, and I had a full, because I didn't have any facial hair. I started growing facial hair in quarantine, like lockdown, and by the time I went back to school, I had a full. I mean, I couldn't grow a full beard at the time. It wasn't even really a beard. It was just a big fucking mustache. That was it, right? And I went back to school looking like that. Yeah, they called me Pablo. And I told my dad, he used to find it so funny. He used to call me Pablo all the time.
I remember hearing this thing where men, when it comes to not being with both of their parents, just take it way harder. Apparently, girls, the outcomes are way closer to the to a dual parent household than it is with men. It's specifically talking about without a father figure, as they say nowadays, which is sort of really curious. I have no idea if the data is accurate. I just don't think it's accurate, just because this guy focuses on that issue, or he doesn't focus on it, but he super cares about it. He has sons of his own. He's talked about it before. Like long form. Yeah, trying to be way more of a sort of a positive role model for men, because wow, men just have the men that are trying setting themselves as sort of father figures or just role models are being really good, right? Andrew Tate's really good for society. Or fresh and fit, yeah, that was
What's that?
oh, you don't know what fresh and fit is? It's
No.
I don't know, but it's a show. Specifically I think it's like After Hours or whatever the fuck. It's a side show they do where they invite a bunch of women and they're just so transparently misogynistic to the point where I think these guys their prescriptions are, oh, you know, spend your time with your bros, you know, or, you know, if you can get 2 houses because you don't want to spend you don't want to spend your whole time with a bitch, you're just gonna become a bitch. It's just the craziest, you know. You were gay. You just want to be around men. You get 2 houses so you can spend time with your guys. I don't know. That just sounds super gay to me.
Yeah, it's time for men.
It's super time for men. So yeah, they just act. What you call it? They act super. You just hyper misogynistic. Yeah, the way they treat women is a very stark contrast. Even with men that they don't even really respect that much, they will treat women. They will call them names. It's crazy, and it's sort of there's sort of a contract there. I say a social contract in terms of a formal contract. It's sort of women will go there, and there will be a bunch of OnlyFans women that will get a massive jump in their OnlyFans subscription. So like basically take on abuse on this show, and then get their sex work gig. Although it'll kickstart their sex work gig or send it into overdrive if they've already had a, you know, somewhat moderately successful career, which is really funny because they're super against OnlyFans and OnlyFans women, and that's part of the reason why they find them on is to shit on these women. This is a super hyper misogynistic TLDR. Yeah, these people that have sort of been they actually once did a live show, and I think Destiny was debating on the live show with them, and I think one question got asked to the audience was, you know, how many of you are virgins, and basically everyone put their hand up, which is really funny because, yeah, this hyper misogynistic content where this sort of father figure guy is sort of trying to tell you how to get women, and it's in the most sort of, that sort of, you know, you need to level up and earn so much money, and I think this Myron guy, who's the guy that hosts it, he's one of the hosts, he goes on like sugar baby websites, so he's the sugar daddy. So he's sort of existing in a super hyper materialist world where he sort of sees women as, oh, you know, they're trying to, you know, I need a lot of money so I can seem valuable to them. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit, you're on a sugar baby website, and he's teaching men to see their value as that, which is just, again, super disgusting. That's what sucks about these red pill types. So that's who they are, and those are the people that are being role models for men on the internet. Super scary. I don't know if it's super scary. It's super scary for women. I'm not a woman, so I don't really care. On a personal level, I care on an intellectual level that this is happening, and there are women that are just, they're going to be women. I mean, kind of like your sister-in-law. That's so inelegant. Malouche, your Malouche, or Mush, or whatever the fuck. I mean, she is sort of on the brunt of that, where it's, oh yeah, we don't respect the role of the mother, even though she's, doing this sort of traditional role that I guess super traditional men care about, which is, being in the home, taking
Yeah.
care of kids, blah blah blah. But being disrespected for doing that, it's not an easy job, sitting there and having
Oh
to
yeah.
sort of manage the development of a bunch of different kids, and knowing that if you fuck up or feed them wrong, you can get them killed or you can send them on a really bad path. It's super stressful, yeah. And you have to manage, sort of all their activities and keep them, properly scheduled. It's totally not an easy job. You are managing human life that is incapable of understanding anything, and they're not going to super appreciate you most of the time because yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, the
it's a fucking
children,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
so
remember asking her some questions about it that I was interested in because some of these things were just so hard for me to understand. It's like, how do you do things like go to the bathroom with three children? It's like, how do you do that? Because one of them's two, one of them's one. You know, the oldest five, like he can take care of himself enough. You can leave him alone. But the 1 and 2 year olds, you can't. They need to kind of be supervised. So it's like, how do you shower in the morning? How do you, yeah, like how do you shower? How do you go to the bathroom and take a shit? Do you take them with you? Do you leave the door? Like, how do you even do that? Because the thing about my brothers, like,
do you have the gates in the room, in the house, those baby gates where they
yeah,
come
yeah,
with you?
yeah, yeah. I don't, I'm pretty, no, there is one on the living room, but
Anyway,
the
yeah,
way
what did
that
she say?
how, oh, well, she's like, let me see. She's like, it was more of a general question. It wasn't like, oh, hey, how do you do it? It was more like, how do people do it in general?
Oh,
And she was like, some it just kind of depends. Like people figure out what's best for them. It's like some people, will take their children into the bathroom with them. Some people will maybe leave them in a close by room with the door closed so they can't really get out. Shit like that. She said that the way that she does it is she'll shower before they get up. Because the room their room is very close to the bathroom, so she can kind of keep an eye on them. Like if she needs to be listening out for them, if one of them wakes up or whatever, then she can do that. And there is a baby gate in their room, so they can't get out of the room. So yeah.
right, okay. Mm. Kids, oh, couldn't do that. I couldn't live that
Bro,
long.
I babysit them for like a couple days, maybe a week at most, and I went fucking crazy.
Mm.
Like this, my brother sat there going to the store, leaving me alone with them and shit. And I'm like, what? Why are you doing that? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, you should know what you're doing a lot better than I should. Shouldn't I be going to the store? Where the fuck are you going? And
So you can
he just
learn.
left me with them. I don't need to learn.
Okay. Babysitting, yeah, I've never babysat my sister in my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I was always like, again, it's like, oh, if I got asked, it's like, hey, could you babysit? No, no, I fucking can't. I don't want to do that. I don't care enough to fucking babysit your child. You do it. You watch your child. That's the
And
thing.
then
It's like
you
if
still babysat her. Oh,
I mean,
them.
well, no, it'd be like my niece. I just wouldn't. Like, and it got to the point where they realized that I wouldn't do it, so they just stopped trying to ask me. Um,
Nah, I want
but
to play video games on my computer. Big ups.
pretty much, like, they do that, and yeah, I'd say the same shit to my sister. It's like if you weren't prepared to fucking to kind of throw away a good part of your social life, if you're not gonna be able to find a fucking babysitter, that's on you. You shouldn't have had a child.
Ooh, you're
Um,
so rough.
or at
So
least
callous.
chosen the right fucking person to do it with that won't leave
Oh
you.
my word.
Well, whatever. So you don't have to worry about fucking having to mother a child on your own as a single mother. Like,
Ow, you really told her that?
I definitely told her something
Natalie?
along those lines. Like, I mean, and that's my thought process. It's
So
just like,
callous.
I don't know.
I'm
It's
incredibly callous.
I just
I would definitely never say anything of I would never say that.
really, I feel like you'd be so unhinged with shit like that. I thought you would just say what goes to whatever comes to mind. Like,
Yeah, I'm incredibly unhinged in all the right ways, and that's not a way that I'm ever gonna be unhinged. Because it's not my place. It's absolutely not my place to comment on someone having a kid and then not having a reliable parent and then blaming the mother for it, that she just doesn't have the opportunity to get a babysitter because life is kind of stressful. And I understand that not everyone is going to have the most reliable of situations, and people rely on their families for that specific thing. Oh, someone, gets cancer, and they didn't live their life in the best way, and they could have prevented it, in some ways, potentially. Yeah, okay, am I gonna go, yeah, well, you should have thought about your life choices, I'm not taking care of you. I think there's some level of, yeah, people make mistakes, and I think there is a level of, you need to have some level of unconditional patience for someone. Hey, yeah, you're acting like a fucking mug, but there has to be someone in the world, or at least a group of people, that go, okay, you're dealing with bullshit. Because if these people didn't exist, it'd be the point of society just couldn't run, because people are just gonna have times where they just get themselves into shit, and it's ostensibly their
think
fault.
I think
And
the reason
so,
I was kind of hard on her is because
no, she wanted to play video games. That's it.
I mean, well,
Yeah,
it's like no,
it's totally,
I
totally is the reason. You
volunteered
have
to
your own
go and
shit.
listen. I volunteered to go and babysit my nieces on my brother's side and um their son,
Mm.
but I mean, as much as I how do I word it? There's a lot of like disrespect with my brother on my part.
Yeah, I was
Well,
gonna
on
say,
his
yeah.
part too, but on my part, and resentment to an extent. Um, you know, I'd still want to help him out with his children, and I do really value those children. But if I'm gonna be really honest, it's like I don't really care that much for my fucking niece on my sister's side. I mean, she's all right, but she's just whatever. Like I don't really care to spend that much time with her. But I really enjoy spending time with my nephew. He's really
Yeah.
fun to spend time with.
Yeah.
And I, yeah, like fucking. But I was gonna say, like, when I
Yeah,
was growing up,
it's just
she
like,
wasn't.
to
No,
me, it's
no.
just, it's all, this is all about you. It's just, you're the main character, and there is no, oh, I have to be interested
Well,
in what
I
they're
was
doing.
gonna, I was gonna explain it. It's like when I was growing up, my sister wasn't there, and she wasn't
Yeah,
in
push your
my
point.
life until she moved. Yes, he was. He grew up with me. He lived in the same house as me until I
But
turned
didn't
like.
wait, but didn't you say that he said, oh, if I was there, it
Well,
wouldn't
no,
have been.
because of when he moved out. He moved out around the time I got into high school.
Hmm.
But he would still.
Year 7 to year what?
Well, he moved out once I got into high school, and he never moved back in.
Yeah, no, but as in, when did you rekindle a friendship? When did you get closer to him?
Oh, maybe probably around the time my dad got cancer. Maybe he started being around a bit more.
I don't know what that is.
2022, something like that.
How old were you?
15.
All right. It's like 4 years, not that long.
Yeah, but he'd still stop by every now and then. But my sister went off the radar. Like she moved in with her boyfriend,
Mm.
and she didn't speak to my mom, didn't speak to my dad, didn't speak to any of our family for a long time.
Mm.
Until around the time, all I remember is I think it was a bit before my grandmother passed away. That's when she started being around a bit more. But it was like a little bit before that.
Did she live
Something
with
it
you at some
hard
point?
to recall. She lived with me, and the only reason she lived with me is because she couldn't afford to live alone. That's why she moved back in with us.
Mm.
Um,
Wait, what the fuck did that have anything to do with anything? I don't know why you just said that.
Well, I was
You said
so yeah.
you
Well,
said a really weird thing. I found it
okay,
odd,
okay,
but
yeah, yeah, no, no, no. Listen,
it's
listen, listen.
it's a
I was,
really weird
no, I
film
just,
clip,
well, I just
but
went on a
super
tangent.
relevant.
I went on a
No,
tangent. So
it wasn't a tangent. No,
yes, it was a
don't.
tangent. Yeah, no,
No, it
yes, it was
wasn't
a
a.
tangent.
It wasn't a.
No, no,
Well,
let me
when you say it's a
explain.
tangent, it was additional information to support a point that you were gonna make, and I'm gonna I'm just gonna completely and you know why you said that. I think at some level you do know why you said that. Oh, the only reason why she moved, it was said in defense. It wasn't said as in, oh, this is just really relevant information to have just for, general context. It was you were painting a specific image as to, oh, the only reason why she moved in was, yeah, that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to do, oh, it was just because of this. I don't play games with me. I know the implication what you said was. I know where you're going with this, but yeah, continue.
In general, she like my brother was just around for so much more of my life in comparison to she was,
Mm,
and he was always. I felt like he looked out for me more. He
mm,
was because when I was younger, he wasn't obviously like he is now. He wasn't trying to push things onto me or anything. He was just kind of letting me do my own thing because I was, so young. It was only till I got to like, I'd say it was once I started leaving high school when he really started to kind of dictate. It's like, no, you have to go to college, and when you go to college, you need to get a trade. You need to get a trade, and you need to work your way up that way. That's when it was kind of like that. When he really started trying to push those things into
that
my
why you didn't go
life.
into IT because you said different reasons, but
It was like, well, it was a mix of I was scared of being judged from the people around me, as well as him kind of like him having an influence.
that's
But
super
I'd
bad. I don't
say
know why the fuck you would ever be doing a trade. It just completely doesn't fit
well,
your
yeah, I did
expertise. Are
it, and
so good.
I passed it, and I hated it, so I never continued. I was like,
What
fuck that. I
the
didn't enjoy that at
fuck?
all.
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I
I
did the
can't
one that he told
believe
me to
that.
do. And I fucking hate it. It was not for me at all. And I'm like, sure, it could be well paying and stuff, and I can find a good career in it. But if I don't fucking like it at all, then I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's crazy. The
Yeah.
fact that he imposed that on you, that's insane. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you have so much goodwill to your brother in comparison to your sister, because I feel like there's way more negative experiences. I mean, I don't
The
know if
thing
you've had
is,
any negative experiences with your sister. I have no idea. At least you've never really told me anything to do with that.
I just feel like she just wasn't. It's hard for me to remember, but in general, she really just wasn't around a lot. The only time she had, other than maybe when I was, a toddler, she would never lived with me, other than when she moved back in with me for like a year or something.
Mm,
Was it a year? Something
how'd
like
that go?
maybe a year. It was just uh,
You
it
talk
was
to
just
her?
her shitting on me for being well, not
Oh,
like the way my
really?
brother does. It was her shitting on me for being, I don't know, I guess just doing nothing, not having a job and just doing my own thing pretty much.
Okay. Oh,
Um
I'd
not like
super feel
not like
resentful
my
for that.
brother. It was different, but yeah,
Wait. How? In what way was it different?
well, I guess for my brother, it was more with my brother. It's more like it's more like I feel like he's pushing me to be the person that he wants me to be
Do you feel it's
because
something to improve you rather than simply to knock you down? It's coming away from a place that he
I
thinks
mean,
is
yeah,
good.
because
That's his
he
intention. Okay, I get
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, that's what it is. But with her, it's more like
She isn't trying to
she
help
never.
you out. She is just trying to shit on you. That's how you felt about it.
I
I'm
mean, yeah,
guessing.
pretty much, and like she just wants me to contribute in some way
Right,
to
okay.
my parents or whatever.
Interesting. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know.
So
It just.
there's nothing good. You just didn't have any. There's
I
nothing
mean,
cool.
I do recall when I was really really young. I was five,
Nah,
6 years old.
not when you were that young.
Well, yeah, that's
When
what I
she moved
mean.
back
Outside
in.
of that,
That's
when she moved
crazy.
when she moved back in, I mean, when she moved back in, like we I mean, we got along. I mean, we didn't really talk much, but I mean, we got along. It wasn't like It wasn't really that bad
Hey,
most of the
Dan, how was
time.
your day?
It would just be like
Playing
most
video
of the time
games again?
it was her shitting on me for not picking up the dog shit that her dog left in the back garden that she brought here without telling us, by the way. She brought her dog uninvited. She never mentioned that she was bringing a dog or that
That's
she even had a
crazy.
dog. Um
But you can just put it
yeah,
down.
she brought her dog uninvited and
Well, who's up for dog tonight? Oh, I'll be making so many jokes. The fuck? Don't ever bring a
oh,
fucking dog around here.
yeah, well, she brought her fucking disgusting dog. Was a fucking disgusting dog. Uh and she'd expect me to pick up the dog shit that her dog was leaving, as if like that should somehow be my responsibility, as if it's not her dog that she invited without us knowing about, and I should pick her dog shit up, not her. I should apparently.
Hmm,
So I just,
maybe she's busy.
I mean, I had a job at the time.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That was when I was working in the kitchen.
Big ups.
You know, I had the kitchen job, and then I had another job, and even then it's like she'd work, but she'd have, you know, she'd had like 2 or 3 days off, and unless it's like you're that busy that you just cannot find the time to pick up the dog shit that your dog's leaving in my back garden, it's like, why are you expecting? I'm not going to do it for you. You can do it. And my dad agreed with me too. My dad always agreed with me. He said he shouldn't have to do it. It's your fucking dog. If you want that dog shit cleaned up, you better clean
Listen,
it.
yeah, that's your
Um,
responsibility for bringing it around there.
yeah,
Unless
exactly.
unless there's some sort of agreement that you have beforehand,
There
then
never
yeah,
was. No,
yeah,
there never was. I never agreed to pick up the dog shit.
good. Yeah, don't acquiesce.
She said she'd pay me if I took it on if I walked it. I tried to walk it one time. I was like, I didn't want to do it. I was like, you know, fuck it. She's gonna pay for it. I'll give it a go. I'll try to walk this
Smart.
dog. And that fucking dog was he was such a cunt. He would just try and run off every single time. Like,
I would too. Fuck, I'm trying to get away from Natalie. Fuck.
yeah,
Natalie
well,
sounds so long. If she's mugging you, so her existence is just mugging you off.
I
After
don't
talking
know.
to some of your family, I just so curious on what my read of them, if my read of them would be the same as yours, or if I go, oh wait, this person's actually super.
I feel
bad.
like I might be over exaggerating it a bit. I've just been very annoyed at her for a long time now because of this person that she's with. I mean, I hate this guy, and like he was talking shit about me one time
What
to
did
my
he say?
manager. So I wasn't in on this day, but my manager was, and she told me the next day when I was in that guy showed up, and she didn't know who he was until he mentioned. He's like, and he knew that I worked there, and he said to my manager, he's like, oh, does Ben still work here? And she's like, yeah, he does, yeah. And I was like, yeah, and he called me a little shit, apparently,
What the
right?
fuck?
It's so unprecedented because I never did anything to
Yeah, I was
him.
gonna say, what the fuck could you
This,
play?
this,
Fucking
I didn't do
EXE, what
shit
the
to
fuck
him,
did you do?
right? I didn't do shit to him. The only reason.
You didn't say cheers. You said
Yeah,
thank you instead of
that's what it
cheers.
was. That's what it was. And it
No,
wasn't that
no,
I
you're
did it because
joking.
I never did it. No. I didn't even do it. It's just because I agree with my fucking mom and my dad for being annoyed at him for doing that to them. I never did it myself. I was just on their side because I agreed with with what they were saying.
Wait, is that
That's
why
why
he's
he called me a
beefing
little
with your
shit.
manager though?
But he wasn't really beefing with her. He was just, well, yeah, but like he called me a little shit because of that.
What?
Yeah.
That's why he called you a shit. That's what your manager said to you. Yeah, because he didn't say thank you, or he didn't say cheers.
He
Or what the
never.
fuck?
Well, no, he never explained it. But there's no other because me and him were like fine. Like I did my best to just get along with him, because he would be around a lot. Because obviously she was still living with us at the time,
Yeah.
and he would always come by. So I just done my best to get on with him. I mean, it was whatever. At the time, I was like, he's whatever. It's a bit annoying, and I don't really like him that much, but he's like bearable. Like, I mean, I'll get along with him. I don't have a problem with just getting along with him. So that's just how it was until I found out like a bunch of shit about him. But yeah, he had no reason to do it because nothing ever happened, right? It was legit. Me and him were fine, and then him and my mum fell out, and I'm guessing that my sister told him that I was taking their side because I had a conversation with her about it. It was like an argument, or basically sort of where I'm like, you know, I was like, are you sure you're not just doing this because he's your boyfriend? Like, I don't know. It's really hard for me to understand how you can't see their point of view and you think that their argument is completely ridiculous. Because I think your argument is really ridiculous.
The retelling of this because it sounds so fucking stupid.
Well, we're talking about the guy that's 32 years old with 4 children to multiple different women. That's still being married. He's been married for 2 years when he like broke up with that person, but they never got divorced. And then he's engaged to my sister now, when he's still married to another woman. In about February, he got arrested for a hate crime against a black man. He's a football hooligan that got arrested for running on the pitch at a football game. He doesn't have a passport because the police took it off him because of some other crime he committed. He was in the news, like the local newspapers. This guy's a fucking clown.
Big ups like, that guy sounds like a real cool guy to be around. Hate crime too?
For sure.
Oh, you fucking hate me.
He's just like...
You should get some of these people on Discord. I'd love to talk to them.
I'd never do that, ever. It's like when you're in MW2 lobbies and the 30-year-old asks you if you can put your mom on the mic and you're like 12. Like, I'm not doing that. Not that I don't trust you, right? Not that I don't trust you, but I just couldn't. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it'd make things so awkward between me and... If it was my brother, for example...
I would...
It would be extremely awkward, but it'd also be like... My brother would probably be like, yeah, you're not... Yeah, this computer's gone. It'd be something like that. Like, that's what would happen.
No, that's crazy.
That'd be the aftermath. Yeah. No, I can't do that shit. I don't know. That's way too much.
Would you say, wait, are you speaking?
Yeah, yes. I can turn my noise suppression off. That's probably why. I was saying, I could never do that shit. Like, that should be way too much for me.
I just tried to talk to that guy that's staying in your system. That guy sounds like a joke.
This guy is a fucking joke. I could probably Google him and find him right now. Let's take a... What's his name? Oh, wait.
Yeah,
I don't... I think I know his last name.
That's crazy.
Oh, I found him! Wow.
Yeah,
The first thing that came up. Here we go. This is him. He looks like a fucking rat. Oh, yeah?
She looks like a guy in with the image stretched. Cumbria Live. That's Cumbria
Yeah.
Live. Oh, yeah, I see his name, yeah.
Wait, yeah. He's gonna show up?
East Sussex?
Fuck off. Cumbria police are concerned for the welfare of missing Matthew Reed.
Okay, missing in 20... What the fuck happened?
I don't know about that, actually.
Attempted murder? What the
no, that was someone else, not Matthew Ryan.
Oh, 39-year-old, okay. Carlisle partner stabbed partner 11 times? What the fuck was that?
I don't know, but let's see this.
Yeah,
is that the missing
Viv Patterson? Found. Oh yeah, it's found.
There should be some more shit.
I don't know how you're mugging him off for looking ugly. It's just like a guy.
I don't know. He's... Fuck, I can't really find anything on here. What about, like... What's this? 3-year ban. Oh, this is it. The pitch invasion thing. He got banned 3 years for to go into the games.
Harsh.
Harsh.
What the fuck are you talking about, harsh?
Yeah, Phil Coleman.
I would have at least amended that to go harsh but fair. But fair.
Yeah, this is him.
Yeah, Phil
him
Coleman,
walking out of court. This is all he said. A Carlisle United fan has been banned from watching his team for 3 years after he celebrated a goal by running across the pitch.
That's fair. What was that on the side? Scroll down. That on the side, what was it? Carlisle woman banned from city supermarkets for 3 years. What the fuck? Man, you get banned immediately if you look like that. I know there's no good business coming.
Yeah,
here.
theft. Yeah.
Banned from farm foods. And heroin foods. Big up heroin food store. I know she's going to heroin food store.
You can tell.
That's the funniest name. 12 comments. 12 comments. Who the fuck is commenting on this?
Where you see? Oh,
Imagine walking up. That is the most English boots. I was like, what kind of names? That's a crazy IGN. I can smell her from here. One ugly boer. Stop.
Oh, no.
She should be banned from every shop in the
Darth
country.
Vader.
You've only moved the problem to other shops. Another waste of time sentence. Quite right. Don't allow her into shops. And as if by magic, she will stop shoplifting. Have you actually anything in that gap between your ears? Holy shit! What the fuck? They're beefing.
Yeah.
He is a know-all. Commenting on
local
issues when
she
she is not a local. He. Did you say they? That person. There's so many different words you could have used. No, he.
Well, his name's Raffles Mush too, so I'm not expecting much.
And his brain has been Darth Vader. Oh,
yeah, Darth Vader.
Is that meant to be mimicking the breathe? What the fuck?
What else?
Ugly. One ugly.
Oh, here we go. No. Drug. Bewer is a girl slang.
Oh, Bewer. Okay. Sorry, all this
drug
stuff.
driver had taken cocaine to fit in with colleagues at Sellafield.
Typical.
Ross
what is that name? McNamee. Big up name. A595. Why are your A roads going past the 2 digits?
I don't know what that is.
We just have like the A12. That was a nice basic. So, oh yeah, we have the A5952. What the fuck is happening over there in the north? A12. So, okay. A13. Okay, I got you. Whitehaven pensioner admits making hundreds of it. Okay.
Wow, that's like 2 cities over. Fucking 76 years old. Nicholas Cloverdale. Oh, Coverdale.
I don't even want to see this guy this up the screen. Okay, that's enough.
Right,
So you don't like our boyfriend because of please and thank yous and cheers and what the fuck.
Right.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And I'm a little shit for not agreeing with him, apparently.
I couldn't do that. Yeah, you have to be such a mug to come into your work and then sort of talk shit. I just would never do. Even if I felt negatively about a person, I think it's completely inappropriate to.
It's so petty.
Sow discontent in other people because you don't like a certain person. It's really shit behavior. I don't know. Some people just don't have etiquette, and apparently this Matthew Reed does not have any etiquette. Go back to the article you just on. Scroll up. Stop scrolling like a maniac.
It's just mouse, bro. Chill.
No jail. But Carl, driver, 16 times over cocaine limit. Hold on. Let me just get that straight. 16 times over.
16 times.
Cocaine limit? Sorry. Cocaine limit? Hold on. What's happening?
Limit.
What are we talking about?
You're wrong.
Cocaine limit. What the fuck? There is a limit in the first place? Surely none. Surely none should be taken. 16 times? What the fuck is happening?
A homeless man caught driving. What do you mean he's driving?
Mean homeless man and driving? Surely there's something happening. That's really wrong with that sentence.
Why would he not be jailed for that?
Yeah, probably the prisons are full up in Carl.
Probably.
Too many brewers or whatever the fuck. Brewer? So is that something that you commonly hear? Your mum would just go, yeah, that Bill. Down at the
Nah,
shop.
that's more like something my brother uses it. My mom wouldn't use it. Nah, it's more of like my brother kind of slang.
How's that Bill of a manager doing?
Good. Seen her today.
Yeah. You like a manager?
Yeah, she's more of a sibling to me than anyone else, than my other siblings are, to be honest.
Wow.
She really takes care of me, and she like looks out for me. She gives me good advice, better advice than I get from anyone else.
Yes.
She just really cares. I don't know, she's always there, and I don't know how you'll see this, but whenever like, I remember about 2 weeks ago, I was really, I had it was like the flu. I was really, really, really sick. And I went to work and she was like finishing this shift. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it was just because I felt sick because I never get sick, but I felt really emotional. And out of nowhere, like the second I walked through that door, like I just started crying.
Okay.
I was crying, and she gave me a hug. Like she gave me a hug, and
Awesome.
that felt really good because I don't get hugs. Like I don't
You
know.
don't get hugs, have you?
No, the only person that's gonna hug me is my mom, my sister-in-law, whatever the fuck you called it. That's it.
Interesting. It makes sense that your brother would hug you.
I mean, to be fair, like he has. If I asked him for a hug, he'd give me a hug. It's not like a big deal to him, I guess.
But it's not something that's intuitive.
I mean, he'd rather. I don't know what the other word, like dap me up. Like that's like his first. That's like his first instinct to do. It isn't to hug me, but obviously it's like. If I ask for a hug, he'll give me a hug. It's not like a big deal to him.
Listen. That's crazy. I didn't know you were. Actually, maybe I did know you. I was like that though.
I don't know.
Burst into
Whenever
tears.
well, yeah, I mean, 100%. That's just. I'm very emotional, and sometimes it's just like that, where I will just kind of have moments like that. I mean,
Why was it?
it's a little bit. I don't know. I think I recently I've been grieving a lot. It's a kind of thing where it kind of just right, yeah, and I actually no, it wasn't when I walked through the door. I remember I was really really close to my work. I was right around the corner, and I was walking, and I guess I just started thinking about it.
Would you grieve? What does that process look like?
Nobody
Were you
asked me
thinking
this.
in the moment? Yeah, I did. I forgot now.
I don't know. It would just be like random. Okay, well, if you forgot what I said, then I'll go through. When I'm grieving, it's usually like I'll have nightmares and like bad dreams about it. Like I've had dreams where I've seen him die in other ways, and I've had a lot of dreams where ever since my dad died, I've seen my mom die in my dreams. I've watched her die in my dreams, and stuff like that. And what kind of
Your
was
dreams
happening
tell
was.
the future. Okay.
Oh, well, obviously, because my mom's gonna die one day. That's how it works.
Oh, gotcha.
But right, but it'd be like, I think what happened is I just kind of started having random dreams about him, and then they kept popping up more often. And after a while, I just started thinking about throughout the day, kind of out of nowhere. So I was walking to work and kind of just popped in my head, and I was already feeling, really, really emotional because I wasn't feeling very good. And I was sick, and yeah, that was about it.
So is that it? It's just bad dreams, or is it more?
But it's not just that. So things that remind me of him. I get reminded of him by certain things.
Do those memories upset you?
It's kind of like I'll see a packet of, fucking crumpets or some shit, and then it reminds me of him, and it kind of depends how I'm feeling. Sometimes I reminisce a bit, and kind of like in a good way. I think about him, and it makes me happy thinking about those memories. Sometimes it's really sad, like it makes me miss him a lot.
Mm.
Kind of a mixed bag.
And you're a no afterlife believer.
Yeah, I don't believe anything like that.
Yeah, the only, I guess my mom, she lost her grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, her mom, my grandma. And
Okay.
she just combusted into tears when it happened. I saw her booking the tickets immediately to go to Slovakia.
Yeah.
And I think when I was in Slovakia the last time, so basically a month ago, she what the fuck happened? Oh yeah, she was her friend that also lives in England. She was there, and she was talking about she also lost her mom, I think, and my mom was saying like, oh, but they're all around us now, seeing what we're doing. I'm just rolling her eyes. But she said it, but what she said after made it sound, it was so revealing, because it's as if she didn't even really believe what the fuck she was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
But like cope? Like,
to...
you think it's like cope?
100%. I don't even... She was touching way too much on an acknowledgement that it was bullshit. I don't know why you would say that. She sort of said, whatever, to make you push through. She was sort of saying as if it was a coping strategy rather than, oh, this is just the truth, they're just all around us. Which I find really weird, because why the fuck would I believe that, oh yeah, they're just, you lose oxygen for, a few, or maybe tens of seconds, and you're already suffering brain damage. How are you expecting that? That's what fundamentally we are having collapses of who we are as people if we lose just a bit of oxygen. Yeah, there is no afterlife. How do you think our capacity to propel consciousness from our brain? So yeah, obviously I don't believe that, and I think it's pathetic. But I don't want to argue about it with her too much, because
She'll get upset.
no, probably a regular amount of upset. She doesn't actually really get upset about that. But the least thing she gets upset about that. I think it's one of those things where I don't know if it's one of those things where it sounds really stupid for her to be arguing about it, that she can't even get that serious about it.
Oh, right.
But I don't know if it's just, oh yeah, I'm so obviously right, there's no way that somebody could believe something different from me, and so I proceed with it like that. But it really does seem like she's coping. It really does. Yeah, my mom was just so different from me, by the way. Yeah, she's just completely the opposite of me, where I'm just super hyper atheist, and there's no way I can navigate. There is no navigation of loss or anything with with somebody like that, because I'm not trying to ruin your fun. I'm really not. If that's what helps you get through the day, unless it's somebody I super give a fuck about. If it was with you and you were saying, oh yeah, I think he's phone about me, I think I would bring that up. I think I would go, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Just because it's an interesting conversation to have. I wouldn't actually say, are you okay? But I'll be going, that's interesting. Why do you think that? Just like normal basic inquiry. But doing it with my mom, I just can't. Because the level that she engages with things, it's on such a super irrelevant, stupid level. You know, when somebody tells me, yeah, just make choices, and yeah, I just want to kill myself. There's no analysis of, you know, why people gravitate to particular actions, and, you know, looking at general societies and people sort of coming to the same conclusion at you know, at different sort of I don't know what you call it, like epochs, eras, or whatever the fuck. You know, it's just
Right.
really weird how people are just sort of homogenizing to the same things, and it totally aligns on social pressure. I'm really curious how things just line up perfectly. Are we not gonna analyze that? No? Okay, fuck you, I'm not talking about that.
But yeah.
How does your mom see it? Is she... Oh, she's
very
all about
superstitious about losing people. I'll say that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
the
Ben's gonna
fireplace
die.
turned on randomly. Oh, he's playing with us again. Oh, is he really? Oh, wait, that cloud. It looks like your grandma. Really? I don't see it, Mom. I don't think it looks like my grandma. Yeah, no, she sent us in the message. Really? I don't think so.
She sent a message? Oh, I didn't know it was that deranged.
That's what it would be. Like when my grandma died, it was that like the day of the funeral or something. She was saying that.
I think
She's
if
like
I-
that.
I think if I lost somebody and somebody did that to me, I think I'd lose my mind. I really would lose my mind. I think it's just the most disrespectful shit ever. I think it's... Don't care. I don't care.
For me, the thing, you know, I was only like fucking 12, 13, so the thing with my grandmother didn't really matter, but the
Yeah, big ups.
well, I meant no, well, what she said didn't really affect me, but when she said that thing about my dad, I'm pretty sure she didn't say it directly to me. I was just in the room. She was on FaceTime with my I'm just gonna call her Eleanor. It's so much easier than saying fucking sister-in-law, Eleanor.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, sister-in-law. You see how unelegant that is? It's crazy, but carry on.
Yeah, well, I call her L. Okay, L.
Oh, L.
So yeah, L.
I can't even hum the Death Note theme. Anyway, carry on. What did L say? Or what did she say to L? Fireplace turned on. Hello? Hello? Benjamin! Unmute your mic immediately! How dare you disappear on me? Oh, Silent Hill F is out? Big ups EXED spawning. Guy's gonna spawn in like it's the keynote teleporter. No power? Just like home.
Oh, my fucking Wi-Fi.
Guy spawned in and then disappeared.
Well, my fucking like Wi-Fi like disconnected or some shit.
Guy turned into a miscarriage.
What was I saying?
FaceTime, L, your mom, fireplace.
Yeah, she was explaining it. I didn't even. I just stayed quiet and went upstairs because I didn't want to end. Like I know she's like she wouldn't even try and entertain the idea of an argument about some shit like that. She just does that. She just won't have it. Same thing earlier where I left my key in the door because I didn't know that she wasn't home when I got home, and that's just a habit I have. Is I leave my key in the door. I lock the door and I leave my key in it, so I know where it is because I'll fucking lose it if I don't. Because I always lose shit. And because the key was into the door, she couldn't open the door. So when she was calling me at like 12, and I went downstairs and she's getting angry at me for it. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to know you're gonna be home? You know, when I get home at like 10:30 at night, like. I didn't know that. Plus, like, it's a habit. Like, you know that I do that shit. Like, I'm sorry. It's just like, fuck to me.
I love the level of just cope. You fuck up and it's it's like it's an excuse barrage.
I don't care. Like, I didn't even know that she wasn't home. I didn't know. So I just went upstairs. Well, I do it so I don't fucking lose it.
Okay. Find a different way. You're fucking with people.
Well, yeah. Well, anyways, I'm trying to talk about it, and I'm like trying to talk about it. She's just like, you know what, shut up. Like, just shut up, just go away. I'm like, what? Like, we're trying to fucking talk about this. Like, what do you mean, shut up?
Are you
And she just
combative?
walks in the other room. Huh?
I said, are you combative? Will you chase down an argument?
No, I just fucking gave up with her because I don't want to put the effort in. Because I've tried. I used to try. Where it just... She just wouldn't listen to me. She'll just stop listening. She'll just, you know... She'll just stop listening. And she won't even try and... She won't respond. She won't take in anything I'm saying. It's just a waste of my fucking time. So I'm just like, you know what, fuck... I got to the point where I'm just like, it's just not worth it. Like, she's not gonna fucking listen to me. I'm trying to go upstairs. It's a waste of my time.
Wow. What were you saying to her?
I mean, I was just explaining. I'm like, I didn't know that you weren't home because I didn't check. I just went upstairs. Oh, I told you. I just kind of like sighed and just walked away.
Oh, you didn't have the argument with her? I thought
No.
you said you had an argument with her and she walked off, or were you actually talking about the door?
Oh, I was talking about the door thing.
Why the fuck are you arguing with your mom about that? You fucked up, so my mistake. Fuck off.
But I was just explaining my point of view, and she just wouldn't listen
Don't
to
do
me.
that. I think when you fuck
What?
up and then you explain yourself, I think that's one of the worst things that you can do. Because
Why?
oh, that's super bad. It's super bad because... Hold on, give me a second. Let me find the word for it. It's called extenuating. Yeah, that's it. I used to call it explaining away, but I found the word for it. It's called extenuating. And it is one of the most annoying things that people do, where they will, when you call somebody out for something, and they'll try to explain the components that went behind a certain action, as if that makes their action any better. And it's very transparent once you start noticing what people do is that, and it's not any sort of rumination as to why you did the bad action. It's explaining away. You were explaining away what you did as, oh, this is the reason, as if it was something written in the universe. And it kind of was, I don't know, pretty well, but in terms of there is a lack of reflection, a very certain lack of reflection that, oh, you know, oh, I did this because of this. It's not, oh, hey, I fucked up, let me not do that again. I did this because of this, and that's not going to happen again. It's not like that. And that's why I say, don't do it, because what you're doing is just, really, you're just making excuses for yourself as to you're explaining.
Okay, whatever, right, fair enough. Like, I get...
You get what I'm, you know what I'm saying? So don't do that.
I get you.
Instead,
I get you.
ruminate.
Okay, fair enough.
Up.
Fine. But I wanted to say about because I wanted to explain earlier, because the reason that it really annoyed me when she said that thing about the fucking fireplace shit is like, I know deep down it's like she's been having problems with this fireplace since she bought it. It's fucking shit. It's all it is. It's nothing to do with my dad.
Yeah.
And it's just
you find
cope.
that disrespectful? Or are you just upset that she's coping?
I'm not upset she's coping. I mean, if it helps her fucking get along, whatever. I don't care what she does. But it's just like, it made me a little bit upset. Because in my mind, it's like, he's fucking gone. Like, he's never coming back. And I have to accept that, right? I have to accept the fact that... It's not that. It's just like, it's the irony. I guess it's kind of like the irony of her saying that, when in fact he's just fucking gone forever, and you're saying it as if he's in a good place. He's not in a good place. He's fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah.
Right? And it's just like, I don't want to fucking hear you say that because people are always saying, oh, he's in a bad place. He's not in a bad place. He's fucking dead, cunt. He's dead. He's gone. I'm never gonna see my dad again. I'm never gonna have a father ever in my fucking life again. And having to deal with that is the worst. It's not just about not having a father. It's just about not having him. You know? I just wanted to be more open with him. And I never got the chance to fucking do that because I pussied out and it was too late. By the time I was fucking ready, he was gone. So I didn't get the chance to do that shit, and I have to live with that for the rest of my life. So don't tell me that he's in a better place, because he's fucking not. He's gone, and I have to just deal with that and all the guilt that I feel. So it kind of is a bit disrespectful. And the next time that she says it, honestly, instead of shrugging it off, I'm gonna say, please don't say that shit around me, because it actually does makes me upset, to be honest. Like, thinking about it. Same with anyone that tries to say he's in a better place now, because he's fucking not, and I don't believe it. Shut the fuck up, because it does upset me.
I would be fuming too. I completely understand that. The fuck? It's a complete
Yeah.
fabrication to not deal with the issue at hand. Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, I need to ask her this. I never really gave a fuck. But I know my dad wasn't religious, but I don't really know what she's about. I don't know if it's like a coping mechanism or if she is religious and she believes in an afterlife. I really don't know.
Just be, spiritual or whatever.
Right.
Oh,
I should
hearing
ask
my
her
mom,
about it.
hearing that my mom was religious was one of the weirdest things to me. Because I could have sworn she was not religious, she was just spiritual.
Yeah.
Finding out that she was religious again, because to me it's again. And I don't trust my memory. Oh, maybe I did misinterpret your faith. But hearing that, and it's unfortunately after my grandma died, so I could understand how that would spark a sense of religion, but
Oh,
it's one of those
you
things
said that she
where-
used to go with those fucking fortune tellers or whatever,
Oh
didn't
yeah, it's the same with my mom.
you? Yeah.
Psychic readings.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what it was.
Just seeing her get abused. Oh, there was this one. This actually really pissed me off. Not from a personal experience, the fact that she got. I mean, she was getting had for a while, but I didn't even know she was still getting had until we had the conversation. And she was saying that, oh yeah, I see a bunch of these psychics, but there was this one where she it's a Hungarian lady, and she said, oh, I see something. Oh wait, I gotta tell you about that. And then that was before my grandma died. And so she was saying, oh yeah, no, she saw my grandma dying. And I was saying, oh, why didn't she tell you? And she said, oh, it's because the universe. She's not allowed to change the universe. This is what she said to me. It is ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as I just said it. And to me, of course, I have a limit, right? I get your coping mechanisms, but for me, that respectful about it. But in my head, it really sent me off. It was so anger inducing. Actually, I was shocked. I was actually livid after that fact. I actually didn't know how to respond because it was just the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. It's just so stupid that I didn't know you still went to these psychic readings. And just knowing, not only learning that you went to these psychic readings, but you believe that somebody saw the death and then said, oh, wait, no, they couldn't tell me because the universe? The fuck are we talking? Where did you get, what sort of idea? And the thing is, she tells me she's a Christian. So, what?
Mhm.
How are you a Christian and then believe in psychic readings? And then you don't even know what is in the Bible? Oh, but I read it once. What the fuck? Imagine, oh yeah, I really like Elden Ring. I don't remember any. What the fuck? Are we Yezi right now? Making something a 10 on MAL and then forgetting the main character's name? The fuck are we talking about here? Why would I ever call myself religious if I can't on a click of my finger recall the correct information to answer a question, or at least have a vague idea as to why? Yeah, I get not knowing some intricacies. Oh, I completely understand that, but you know nothing. You don't go fucking church ever unless you're in Slovakia. That's the only time, and to me, that was. I hate when I see people getting used like that. It hurts, right? Probably, how your family views your sister, where she's just getting, she's with shit men, and you just see her with those men, and they're just shit men. And I've heard you describe it to me, and it is a little bit, what the fuck is happening? You actually feel angry at them. So what the fuck are you doing? at this point, because it's so evident to everyone else that you're just hurting yourself.
Well, I got angry at my mom, and it was. I want to know your thoughts on this because before she explained something else to me, and it made a bit more sense, but I don't. So I remember when I heard that they were getting engaged,
Mm.
I was like, oh, okay. I'm not talking to her anymore. I'm done with her. I'm not speaking to her anymore. I'm done. Because the fact that no, I'm just no, I'm done. I'm not talking to her anymore. She's a fucking idiot. I don't give a fuck. Because I was so pissed off. I was so fucking pissed off. Like, all right, my niece on her side, like she's fine. I don't fuck. I'm not gonna go out my way to try and spend time. But if she's over at my house, because sometimes she says she like spend time with my mom. No, maybe I'll talk to her. Maybe I mean obviously in the sense of like I'm not just gonna ignore her. Maybe in the sense like
I
hey,
don't
I'll go
trust-
in a room.
Ever when you say, "Oh, I don't like this person," it's so funny.
Well, no, right, just let me carry on, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's like with my niece. It's like I don't mind her. She's all right. Right. She's fine. And it's like the fact that she has to fucking deal with that her dad's gonna be that guy when she's openly said to me that she does not like him. She
There you
does
go.
not like him. She really doesn't like him. Um, she record. I know I told you about this about a good while ago. She recorded a video of that guy screaming at my sister. It's not even
Yeah,
shouting,
I
it's like
remember this.
screaming. She was
Yeah.
upstairs, she was screaming,
Yeah,
and
big ups to iPad recording, iPad OBS, sending it to your fucking mum. That's hilarious.
right, and it's like I don't like the idea of that guy being around her. It's like I still give a fuck about her. I don't want to have to deal with some shit like that. And it's like it's unhealthy for the both of them. I don't want that guy around either of those fucking people. To know that she's made that she's getting married to this guy just blows my mind. And I was really pissed off. So yeah, at the time I was saying to mom, I was like, I'm done. I'm not fucking speaking to her anymore. Like she's a fucking idiot. And I think the main reason that she was like, just don't tell anyone. I'm like, I'm not going to tell anyone. Like that's fine, but it's like whatever.
Your mum
She
said
want me.
don't tell anyone what that.
Well,
they're
she
getting
mainly
married?
she said not to tell my brother because my brother was on like vacation and she knew that he wouldn't take it well, so she didn't want him to know until he got
What the
home.
fuck? And you said yeah?
I mean, I didn't speak to my brother anyway. I'd have to like call him up specifically to tell him, and I didn't. I just said yeah. Like
What do you should know?
you only had a couple of days left or some shit. Like a couple of days.
Does he know now?
Yeah. No, he found out the second he got home,
Big
which she
ups.
meant don't tell him until he gets home. So
Okay, fair enough. Oh, until we get.
yeah, that's what I meant. Not in general, obviously.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
just when he got
what
home
the
from vacation.
So
So
is that even possible?
right, but
Yeah, so you're gonna be dashing at the fucking wedding.
right, so yeah. Oh, okay, that's what it was. And I also was like, why do you even fucking bother with her anymore? Like, why do you even fucking bother with her anymore? And she's like,
Jesus Christ, so callous.
she did say like, whatever about being a girl or whatever. She also said like, but just don't bring anything up to her because if what she did, I think I told you about this. What she did is whenever that whole shit went down with the guy and the cheers and thank you manners bullshit, she stopped my mom from seeing my niece, which made my
Yeah,
niece
I
really
remember
upset,
that.
and it made my mom upset too. It wasn't long after my dad died, and she's like, I just don't want that shit to happen again. Like, I don't want her to separate us. Like, I really, like spending time with her and my niece. And she
Really? I thought you
loves
did.
I'm speaking for my mom.
Oh, okay.
She's like, her name's Casey. It's like I really like seeing Casey. Like I really spend time with her, and I know she really enjoys it too. So like I just don't want to fucking have drama with this. Like I just want this shit to just fuck it, whatever. It's her fucking stupid decision. She wants to make stupid decisions. She's old enough to make her dumbass decisions. And that was how would you feel about that from her point of view? Let's say that she really just didn't agree with what she was doing, and let's say we take Casey out of the equation, that she would probably like. I don't know. I don't think that she'd do this, but let's say hypothetically that she'd completely fall out with my sister. Do you think that like it's bad for her to have just kind of like got on with it and like pretended that she didn't really care as much as she did, just so she could keep seeing my niece.
That was the X factor, and she was right on that. Yeah, I think she's completely correct. You
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
look out for the kid, obviously.
Because I was always.
I mean,
I was
I
always
wouldn't even.
understanding.
I wouldn't even. I mean, I'd feel a particular way, and I'll let that be known. But I'm
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. She definitely
if I'm a
didn't say
parent
that
and a
she
kid,
was supportive.
I'm absolutely keeping a relationship with my kid. It's just. I mean, I think that's just general etiquette because I know why people would be upset. I just think that's all just faggotry. And I'll just say that right now. My honest opinion is that that's faggotry because I think there are people that do things that don't help themselves, and it's very obvious to me that they don't do things that help themselves, and then people will be upset at them, and that sort of pushes them more into a corner because you just have no sway with them because you've set yourself as such a fierce opposition. I just think that's faggotry. I think it's always been the wrong way to ever deal with situations like that, to have strong negative social consequences for particular actions people make, especially when it's all really hyper emotional too. I understand it's emotional, it's family, but I've never seen stuff like that end well, where there is a strong, where someone is punished really hard for certain decisions that they make, that other people don't approve of, and so it's an antagonistic relationship, and so especially when it comes to socially isolating them. I think at some point you do, depending on what they do. But when it comes to making disastrous actions for themselves, and depending on their particular disposition, it can be really bad to. I think it's really bad to. You definitely have to let them know, but having such strong social consequences, I don't know if I've ever seen that end well. It just never has. Because what happens is that when you lose sway with somebody, now it's sort of the other person, right? It's a battle. It's a battle of, I don't think that person is good, and then that other person is obviously defending themselves and creating a wedge, right? And their main priority is, well, they love this person. Their feelings are going to be strongest for this person. You're just never going to win that fight by making it a super antagonistic relationship. And that's why I'm, all right, it is, you know, I don't know what your opinion on drugs are, but I try and not, when somebody's taking drugs and fucking themselves over, I try and make it well known that I don't approve of drugs used in a particular way that is gonna damage you in the long term. I don't approve of that, but I'm not gonna get angry to the point where, oh, I'm not talking to you anymore, I'm done with you, you know, I can't believe you're on drugs again. I'll never do that to you.
Oh, Ned
I
did
don't
that
think
to
that's.
me.
What'd you say?
Ned did that to me, actually.
Right, and it puts you in a position when that happens where there's way more incentive to do drugs because you're probably going to be around, your main social contacts are probably going to be using drugs also because they're the people that are no longer done with you, and you're going to feel really bad for having a particular aspect of your social life taken away, especially when it's super important, it's your family. And so
Yeah.
I think on a personal level, I think it's really annoying to deal with people that do wrong things, but here's the thing, right? If it's not annoying for you to deal with that person in terms of, and I mean annoying in terms in a very literal way, in terms of not being annoyed at their actions, but their actions annoying you. Let's say they're a hooligan, right? And they're fucking up all your parties or whatever, or, you know, fucking your house up, but they can't clean up after themselves because, you know, they started, you know, doing all sorts of drugs. Okay, fuck. get off my shit. You're affecting my shit now. If it's to the point where it's, yeah, I can tolerate this behavior because they're not doing destructive shit around me. I think having some sort of leverage and respect where they hold you as some sort of, wait, this person is actually, make it known that there is disapproval. Now, this is just general advice to, on a general thing. There's not thinking to your sister, and I don't know the full situation with your sister, so I have no fucking idea. But this is a general case. When somebody's going down deep in a hole, if it doesn't affect you too much, at least have a line to them where they can call and you can give them some sort of, hey, you know, we're having some sort of social contact, and let that sort of social disincentive to not do particular bad things, let that come out as more of a natural consequence of them talking to you, where they just sort of gain your values, and you giving just general good advice based on that, rather than strong opposition and strong disapproval. Because think about you, right? I just think about you as a person and the relationship with your brother. When you tried to kill yourself, he tried to beat you the fuck up, and that just made you more adamant to kill yourself. It just, when people get angry at other people for doing things, it would make me super upset too. If you're, you know, if I lived with you, you know, in real life, and I figured out that you tried to kill yourself, to me that would make me really upset. What I know is not going to work is me threatening to beat you up, me taking your computer away from you as a strong social disincentive. For me, it's just so obvious, and to me, it's, I do think being on the internet and being on the computer all day is a super negative thing. I think you should have other things that, I think your time on the computer should be moderate. I think there should be other things that you do in your life, right? Because it makes you, and you've seen yourself, we talked about this earlier, right? Where you just become a screller to where you can only do one thing. Oh, well, how do I remove the mop under the ice cream machine? Or ice cream freezer, whatever the fuck. That's what you become like when you super focus on one thing. And so what did having your computer taken away from you, or you getting beaten the fuck up, do? It just made you more antagonistic to whatever that person was saying. It made you not want to consider their thoughts and feelings because you were just being beaten down for feeling the way you did. There was no conversation. There was no, well, there probably were conversations, but it was done in a way where it's me talking to you, right? There's way more of an understanding between me and you. There's way more of a, I can tell you something. It's probably way more that you're going to consider what I tell you because of the relationship that we have, and me considering the shit that I consider the things that you say. I don't just dismiss the things that you say, and I'm not just taking your, I mean, I can't take your PC away from you, but I'm not taking things away from you. I'm not being super dictatorial as to, you know, what goes on in your life, and beating you down for things like that. And so you're probably going to be more amicable to me telling you something because I haven't established myself as such an antagonistic force, even when you do fuck up and do bad things and do stupid things, and I don't approve of the things that you're doing. I think that's a way better relationship to have. Now, it might not always work, but when is being really fucking angry and, you know, socially isolating somebody or taking away their shit, I don't know if that's ever worked in any situation ever. It was always, for an adult. For a kid, I think it's really different because you can actually be a fucking dictator and get away with it because the kid can't do anything. But when you're an adult and you can do whatever the fuck you want, you can just move away from that negative situation and then, you know, go deeper down the hole. And then have no tether, you know, you have nobody telling you good things, so you've just surrounded yourself with a bunch of fucking idiots that do the same things that you do. That's not good. So, I think having, this is for your mom, you don't care about your sister, so it's not really advice for you, but I think your mom should have some sort of relationship, at least for the sake of the kid.
I think I was just being a bit impulsive. I don't care about her. I'm just like really fucking annoyed at the decisions that she's been making. Like, I do. I do. No. Like that's me being really unfair. Like kind of unfaithful. like I do care about her and I do like her, but I'm just annoyed at the things that she's made. Not only how it affects her, but how it affects like my family and specifically my niece. Like my niece has had to go through like, you know, what this is like the 5th fucking father figure now. Like she has a real dad, and then there was another person, and then there was another one.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You're being tossed
It's
around.
just like, yeah, it's just like that's like not good. Like for such a young child, like she's 10 years old and she's seen a lot of shit. So it's just not good for her. Like, but I still care about my sister. Like I don't want her to be in a relationship because it also affects her negatively. This is not someone that I wanted to be with. Not because I don't fucking like him, but because I just don't think he's good for her.
Yeah.
Whenever she
obviously
tried to,
seems to be the case. Yeah, it's reasonable. I get it.
yeah.
Super reasonable.
Whenever she tried to distance herself from him, he was like stalking her and shit.
Fucking hell. She has an awful
She was
taste,
like,
man. I wonder
yeah,
where that comes from. That has to be analyzed. I don't think that.
I don't know enough because I know that as a teenager she was very rebellious, and she moved away like 15 with her boyfriend who was like 18. But I don't know what happened around that time that would have made her want to do that.
Oh, for me, I mean, no, I have no idea who this person
Well,
is. I think when people
keep in
get into
mind-
really, what'd you say?
Keep in mind, like she's not my biological sister either. She's on my mum's side because my mum was with before she met my dad. She was married to another man, and that's my
Wait, she has
sister's
no
real
biological
father.
relation?
No, well, she's on my mum's side, so that's what like
So
half
she is your
sister?
biological sister.
But well, I meant like like
Yeah,
full
yeah.
like blood, yeah, like well she's still blood, but like full sister.
Yeah.
But I said it because I don't know if it's something to do with her father or something. I really don't know.
All right, okay. I was thinking
But I know
more
they
of,
still treat it
I
sometimes.
think it was more of, how is this person getting themselves into a relationship where it's very evident to everyone else that the person's really bad for not only you, but the child that you have. You not value. Why are you throwing yourself into these relationships? Do you not value yourself? Do you think that you would never find anyone? That's just the thought. I have no idea or anything.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just the
I
first
get
thing
you.
I think of. Do you not value yourself? Because that's
Hmm.
crazy. That to me, that's crazy. Especially because I have a mom that was also. She's been with my stepdad for 10 years now, and
Oh yeah.
I've seen her in the process of dating, so I've seen that, and
Yeah.
she's super considerate of how I feel about somebody and how I job with somebody. So
Mm.
And my stepdad's a proper solid guy. Guy's a proper standout guy. So
Mhm.
I get on with him super well. We don't argue at all, and he's super.
Yeah.
What you call it? Considerate of the way I feel about particular things, and so I like it. The fact that your sister, luckily I didn't have your sister as a mom because fuck is that?
Yeah.
Football hooligan. That's not appropriate for a child. And to me,
Mm.
when you're sidestepping how your child feels about a particular person, that makes me think, okay, a mother should have her child as a number one thing. Something really strong is inhibiting this motherly instinct, because I think most mothers have a motherly instinct and really try and look out for their kid. At least in their personal POV, they're thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm super attentive with my kid. I'm definitely." But it's probably really warped. She's probably having this inhibited by something because it's so evident, at least from everything that you've told me, that this person, the fact that, you know, he's a football hooligan too, he's been arrested for hate crime. Yes, guy sounds like a piece of work. And your sister even, you know, recording videos. This is insane. This is so inappropriate. And so something's been inhibited here, seriously. And I wonder if it's just a value thing, if this person does not value themselves. And you said that she does an LTG and lies about her age. I wonder if this is just a particular thing with women, especially when they get to their mid-30s. It's super scary for them, especially if you have to go into your in a dating market in your 40s. That's really for women, it's super scary. Because you have to realize, I was talking about this with my mum dyeing her hair, where it's women are valued for their beauty, and the beauty is super young coded. Looking young and wrinkleless is sort of what's considered beautiful. And so if that being the case, it's super brutal to be in a market where, okay, you now have to compete with a 25-year-old with, you know, flawless skin. And
Yeah.
what the fuck? That you might just lose. Not always actually the case. A lot of people actually still end up getting, you know, a similar age, because there are just more intangibles to getting into a relationship than just how somebody looks, but it is super brutal. And so if you don't value yourself, and if you're not confident in yourself, or you don't think you offer particular things from your perspective, that might be really scary. I might just not find a romantic partner. Like, to me, it super doesn't matter. I don't care. And I think it's super scary looking at people, and they live in this world, and they sort of live in this sort of, they're mimicking this, oh yeah, I need, you know, it's like I super need a romantic partner. That's how they sort of, I think, I mean, I was talking about this before, where it's, you know, oh, where's your girlfriend? You know, getting those really weird comments. I was like, where is my girlfriend? And what the fuck are we talking about here? What are we talking about? Where's my girlfriend? You know, where's my fucking best friend that I brought over here? You know, where's my, you know, where are my other, you know, why are you talking about my girlfriend, right? People just view the world like this, where it's, and he's ever been monogamous heterosexual relationship, and it's like, what happens if I'm gay? You know, again, you're already alternate. You know, what happens if I don't want to have kids? You're already kind of alternate, depending on, you know, how conservative your family is, how rural your family is. And if you think like this, if you envision your life as in, okay, you know, I'm getting a job, you know, I'm gonna have, you know, kids, I'm gonna have a boyfriend, you can see how that's super limiting in terms of and you don't value yourself too. That's another thing. Oh wow. Imagine that, where you're just sort of desperate to find a relationship, and your happiness is completely conducive of that. And so when you're not in a relationship, you feel like shit. You don't feel like you're valued. You know, you have to, you know, put up with, you know, questions, and especially if you're a woman in your mid-30s too. Imagine that. It's so different being a kid, because it's super not serious. But in your mid-30s, you're sort of seen as a failure in some aspects, that you don't have, you know, a stable romantic heterosexual monogamous relationship. That super sucks. So I wonder if it's a combination of all those factors, because I think to some extent people generally have that. I don't know if you've noticed those patterns where people super give a fuck about being in a relationship just because of what your brother says to you, where it's, oh yeah, you need to, you know, for him it's more of like you losing your virginity and you just being obsessed with sex and seeing women as cattle. It's just really weird and creepy. So I am just going to be a Chinggis Khan of Carlisle, where I'm just going around and just having sex with random women. That'll be awesome. That'll be good for you. Yeah. It just so totally fits your personality. Just you going around and doing that. 100%. I totally would tell my introverted brother that likes to play video games, oh, you need to Genghis Khan. Come on, man. Come with me to Amsterdam. We're gonna get you laid. We're gonna get you to the red light district. That's crazy. That's crazy. Your poor niece, though. I feel bad for her. Just has OBS on the iPad, recording a screaming dad. It's just that level of adaptation. I mean, to be fair, you have to big up the adaptation. To be fair, you have to go. That's a pretty sick optimization. She just found fast rate, but for dealing with abusive dads. Just what the fuck? I'm so lucky because I was the abusive one. I was the one that was fucking screaming and punching and hitting. Hey, did you just despawn? Hey, Wi-Fi. Benjamin! Benjamin,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck happened?
I'm in bed, bro. I'm so tired.
Okay, I'm super tired too, so I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, big up Shanice though. Finding she basically she's using tech to deal with abusive parents. Yeah, she sort of basically found fast rate, but for dealing with abusive parents, just having OBS on an iPad and just recording your dad just screaming. So what? That's super sick tech. Yeah. Super appreciate Casey. How'd you spell that? C? Like this? Maybe K. Maybe it's the Carl spelling. Or maybe it's like this. Maybe it's with a K and a C. Look at that. KC. That's crazy. Anyway, you have fun. You seem like you're ready to sleep. I'm sort of attacking your dreams right now. No, I'm saying no to all the bad dreams that you've been having. You're gonna have good dreams. You're gonna have dreams about pineapples and Minecraft. Probably creepers too. Let's throw some creepers in there too. I'm fucking up your sleep. It's so funny to me. That's what you're dreaming about right now. That's the XC's dream. Alright, I'm going.